Chapter 475. Little Ming K ate the fifth revolution pills as if they were beans. She finally calmed down and stopped running around in the Misthorn clan. As for Ning Fan, he went into the profound Yin world for seclusion. He had bought the azure cold chi from the auction and little Ming K had given him the profound Yin chi. The two types of heavenly cold chi were all assimilated into his body. In the past, Ning Fan longed for the profound Yin chi to improve his cultivation base. Now, however, the profound Yin chi had almost no effect on his cultivation base. Among the heavenly cold chi, the profound Yin chi was ranked 9th while the green cold chi was ranked 10th. Each of them increased Ning Fan's magic power by 1,000 units. However, to Ning Fan whose magic power was more than 650,000 units, it was naturally insignificant. However, with the integration of two types of cold air, the power of the flame was still quite considerable. Ning Fan had already gathered 11 types of heavenly frost cold chi. He only lacked the first cold chi, mending heaven heart. Ning Fan had already collected 10 types of earth vein demonic flames. He only lacked the first and fifth ranked demonic flames, the earth blazing flame and the North Pole flame. The earth vein demonic fire, ranked 5th, could probably be bought somewhere, but the cold chi and demonic fire, ranked 1st, were extremely rare. Although they were only rank 5 spiritual items, it was said that they were more powerful than most rank 6 spiritual items. For it to be ranked 1st, how could it be ordinary? The Arctic flame was fine, but whether or not he could find the heaven-repairing heart and the earth-blazing flame depended on his luck. The acquisition of heaven and earth treasures is related to luck. Obtaining the first heavenly frost and the first demonic fire all depended on one's luck. The path of cultivation requires a calm heart. If I get it, I'm lucky. If I don't, it's fate. Opportunities cannot be forced. The only thing that can be changed is one's own attitude. Ning Fan calmed himself down and his heart became as calm as still water. For 3 days in a row, he didn't do anything else. He just let his body shine with a golden light and circulated his mana, combing through every inch of his body. Once he obtained the 4th slate, he would be able to truly break through to the golden body realm. With enough pills, he could break through the bottleneck at any time. Everything was ready except for the devil chi of the last slate. The devil marks on his back emitted a scorching heat. Ning Fan speculated that if he could obtain the 4th slate and devour the 4th trace of devil chi, his devil marks would advance to the next level and the pattern of the mist horn would appear once again. 6 Wings, Giant Devil Clan, Ghost Eye Clan and Mist Horn Clan. Ning Fan only asked Fan Chi to awaken the ability of the 6 wings to increase his speed. As for the other 3 devil pattern divine abilities, they were dispensable to him. If there was time, he could awaken the other devil concubines. If there was no opportunity, he could just ignore them for now. 3 days later, Ning Fan suddenly stood up and left the profound Yin world. In the outside world, the night sky was drifting. Ning Fan left the guest house and flew towards one of the forbidden grounds of the Misthorn clan. His speed was too exquisite, none of the Ghost Eye experts could detect his arrival. It was a heavily guarded forbidden area. Within the formation light, there was no one guarding it. It was a paradise with beautiful mountains and clear waters. Between the mountains and the mountains, there was a lake that occupied an area of over 1,000 acres. It was called Plain Azure Lake, and the spiritual energy there was overwhelming. It was an excellent holy land for cultivation. On Plain Azure Lake, the night was dim and a pleasure boat was drifting in the middle of the lake. A beautiful woman that was ethereal and graceful like a dragon sat on the pleasure boat. She sat leisurely by the jade table while holding a jade cup and drinking by herself, and her cheeks were flushed red as if she was drunk. There were 12 silver-scaled flood dragons resting in the lake. Each of them had a half-step void refinement realm cultivation base. They seemed to be the spiritual pets of the beautiful woman. As soon as they sensed Ning Fan's arrival, the 12 silver-scaled flood dragons felt a wave of aura force that originated from their bloodline. All of them began to tremble. The beautiful woman was slightly surprised. She raised her eyes and looked at the sky. There, A white-robed young man came to her under the cover of the night. Fellow Taoist seems to have some kind of demon blood in your body. Moreover, the grade of your blood is quite high. These 12 flood dragons of mine are all wild beasts with true blood. They have never been afraid of anyone. However, they were subdued by fellow Taoists or a force. Su Yan smiled enchantingly. Dong, Ning Fan landed on the bow of the pleasure boat. He just smiled at Su Yan's words and did not comment on it. Su Yan also did not ask about Ning Fan's secrets. The purpose of her meeting with Ning Fan today was definitely not to talk about demon blood. She gently waved her hand and scooped up a handful of lake water from the lake. She used her magic power to condense it into a jade cup and filled it with black wine. Then, she placed it on the opposite side of the jade table. Ning Fan sat down with his legs crossed and held the cup of spiritual wine. However, he did not drink it immediately. After sniffing it gently, he found out that it was a type of spiritual wine of a high grade and it was not poisonous. Fellow Taoist is really a cautious person. Could it be that you are afraid that I will poison it? Su Yan pursed her lips into a smile. I'm just used to it. Ning Fan did not say much. He drank the spiritual wine in one gulp. With just a sip, the level of his physical body improved a little. After a moment of surprise, he nodded his head in approval. He was very satisfied with this spiritual wine. So it's brewed using devil bone flowers. No wonder this wine has a dark color, but it tastes as sweet as honey when it enters the mouth. Moreover, it has the miraculous effect of improving one's body refinement level. The devil bone flowers that are used to brew this wine are at least 70,000 years old. This is really rare. Ordinary devil bone flowers will definitely wither before they reach 50,000 years of age. Only in a place where devil creatures are wreaking havoc would there be devil bone flowers that are more than 50,000 years old. Fellow Taoist, you have a good eye. This is the devil bone wine that I brewed myself. It is brewed using 70,000 years old devil bone flowers. Normally, devil bone flowers are unable to grow to 70,000 years old. However, the situation of our Mist Horn clan is unique. We have a small kiliacosm that raises countless devil spirits. The devil energy in that small kiliacosm is very dense, and many magic herbs can grow to an extremely high age. Su Yan did not intend to conceal the existence of the small kiliacosm broken world. Many devil cultivators of the internal endless sea had heard of the Mist Horn clan's small kiliacosm broken world. It was a sacred place where magic herbs grew. The demonic horn orchid was transplanted from the small kiliacosm broken world. In the rain world, only the Mist Horn clan possessed this kind of magic herb. Mo Ling, without batting an eyelid, Ning Fan activated his mind-reading technique to steal information from Su Yan's mind. As it turned out, there were no old ancestors in the Mist Horn clan. There were only 3 Void Refinement Realm experts, including Su Yan. However, in the Mist Horn clan's small kiliacosm, they reared a large number of devil spirits. These devil spirits were special living beings reared using the devil clan's secret technique, and they obeyed the orders of the Mist Horn clan's cultivators. When the Mist Horn clan was in danger, they could act as the last line of defense to protect the Mist Horn clan. In the Mist Horn broken world, there were at least 10 million devil spirits, and their cultivation was at least at the Gold Core realm. There were about 100,000 nascent soul fiend spirits. There were about 800 divine transformation realm devil spirits. There were 15 void refinement realm devil spirits and 7 of them were at the void inquiry stage. As soon as these devil spirits were born, they would form a contract with the leader of the Mist Horn clan and serve him as their master. The cultivation level of the devil spirits had always been the greatest secret of the Mist Horn clan. Only the leader of the clan knew about it. The outside world only knew that the Mist Horn broken world had devil spirits and was suitable for growing devil medicines. However, they did not know that the Mist Horn clan had reared 15 void refinement realm devil spirits. Ning Fan accidentally stole such a huge secret from Su Yan's mind. His expression did not change, but he was inwardly surprised. As expected, the Misthorn clan was not as simple as it seemed on the surface. Once someone dares to touch the Misthorn clan, there would be 15 Void Refinement Realm Devil Spirits to kill the intruder. Among the 15 Void Refinement Realm Devil Spirits, 8 of them were at the Void Glimpse stage. However, the 7 Void Inquiry stage Devil Spirits were not to be underestimated. With Ning Fan's current strength, it was certainly impossible for him to resist the joint attack of 7 Void Inquiry stage experts. Not using force against the Misthorn clan was indeed the right decision. Fellow Taoist Zhou, I have a question that I would like to ask you. I wonder if you can clear it up for me. Su Yan requested. There is no one else here. If Miss Su has something to say, why don't you speak your mind? Fellow Taoist Zhou, do you feel that there is a subtle connection between you and me? To be honest, I have already sensed your existence the moment you entered Tai Chi City. This is truly strange. I've never met fellow Taoist before this, so why do I have such a subtle connection with fellow Taoist? Miss, where do you think this connection comes from? Ning Fan did not answer her question but asked her a question instead. I don't know. Su Yan's cheeks turned slightly red but she hid it quietly. Actually, she had read through the ancient books of her clan. According to the records, there were some methods in the devil race that could allow two strangers to form a contract and sense each other's soul. The most common contract was the oath between the Dao companions of the devil race. Rumor has it that as long as a pair of Dao companions of the devil race falls in love with each other, they would make a blood oath and form a contract. Even after 7 generations, the two of them would still sense each other's soul and they would meet again one day. Su Yan naturally did not know that she was the Misthorn devil concubine while Ning Fan was the bearer of Mo Luo's blood. She just thought that she had formed a contract with Ning Fan in her previous life and they used to be Dao companions for a lifetime. That was why she had this kind of connection. Even though she was the leader of a clan, she was still a woman after all. Naturally, she was too embarrassed to tell Ning Fan, whom she had just met for the second time, "Hey, listen to me. We were Dao companions in our previous lives. We were husband and wife. That's why we have this connection." Su Yan let out a sigh and gently shook her head. Even though she had married Ning Fan in her previous life, she had never thought of marrying him in this life. She did not want this connection between their souls. The reason why she came to Ning Fan this time was to cut off the connection between them. She was the leader of a clan. Her whereabouts must be kept a secret. She also had to choose the place where she usually goes into seclusion with extreme caution. Now that Ning Fan had a connection with her, he might be able to find out where she was hiding in seclusion just by using this connection. To a cultivator, it was not safe. For example, on the day when Ning Fan sneaked into the Misthorn clan, Su Yan had already sensed Ning Fan's arrival. With this connection, Ning Fan's whereabouts would also be exposed. Su Yan put herself in his shoes. She felt that Ning Fan must also want to cut off the connection between them because no cultivator would be willing to let others know their whereabouts, right? Miss Su, do you want to cut off this connection between us? Ning Fan fiddled with the jade cup in his hand while looking at Su Yan with a playful expression. He had already seen through all of her thoughts with his mind-reading technique. Su Yan was slightly surprised but she nodded without denying it. That's right. Fellow Taoist and I have just met by chance. This connection also came out of nowhere. It's better for both of us to cut off this connection, isn't it? If Miss Su insists on cutting off the connection between us, I certainly have no objection. However, I wonder if Miss Su has a way to cut off this connection. Could it be that you want to borrow the power of the devil statue slate? Ning Fan stealthily directed the topic to the slate. Su Yan was immediately stunned. Then, she pursed her lips and smiled. Fellow Taoist, you must be joking. The devil statue slate of my Misthorn clan doesn't have the ability to cut off this connection. It's just a slate that can't be deciphered. In my Misthorn broken world, there's a place called the Devil Mist Pond. The devil chi in the pond is extremely strong. It's the place where every generation of the clan leader of the Misthorn clan planted a contract with the devil spirit. Since the contract can be planted, it can naturally be erased as well. The connection between me and fellow Daoist is probably some kind of contract of the devil race that was planted in my previous life. Perhaps I can use the power of the devil mist pond to erase this connection. When Su Yan heard that Ning Fan was willing to cut off the connection between them, she naturally heaved a sigh of relief. If Ning Fan refuses, she would not be able to threaten him to cut off the connection. While Su Yan was explaining, Ning Fan activated his yin-yang locket and used the mind-reading technique to pry into all kinds of information in her mind. Since he mentioned the devil statue slate, Su Yan could not help but think about the information about it. According to the information, after the devil statue slate was born, it was sealed in the Misthorn Broken World by Su Yan. Coincidentally, it was also sealed in a concealed grand formation near the Devil Mist Pond. The Misthorn Broken World was the biggest forbidden area of the Misthorn clan. Only the clan leaders of each generation could enter it as they wish with the token. Ning Fan was an outsider. Even if he had extraordinary means, he would not be able to enter the small kiliacosm of others. Su Yan wanted to bring Ning Fan into the Misthorn Broken World to erase the soul connection between them. This gave Ning Fan a chance to directly steal the devil statue slate. Once he obtains the fourth slate, Ning Fan could immediately go into seclusion and break through to the golden body refining realm. When Su Yan saw Ning Fan's thoughtful expression, she thought that he was worried about encountering danger in the Misthorn Broken World. She could understand that. The Misthorn Broken World was the forbidden area of the Misthorn clan. Outsiders could not enter and exit it as they wish. There were also tens of millions of devil spirits inside the Broken World. Moreover, there were also 15 Void Refinement Realm experts who obeyed Su Yan's orders. Once these devil spirits obey Su Yan's orders and attack Ning Fan, he would be in an unpredictable situation. Under such circumstances, even if Ning Fan was worried about his safety after entering the Broken World, Su Yan also felt that it was normal. She took out an exquisite jade token and showed it to Ning Fan while explaining. This is my token as the leader of the Misthorn clan. With this token, you can enter and leave the Misthorn Broken World at any time. Before entering the Broken World, I will temporarily hand this token to you for safekeeping. If you feel that your safety cannot be guaranteed in the Broken World, you can use this token to leave at any time. You don't need to worry about your safety anymore. Oh. Since Miss Su said so, I'm not worried about my safety anymore. May I ask Miss Su, when are we going to enter the Broken World? If fellow Daoist is willing, why don't we enter the Broken World tonight? Su Yan requested. All right. Ning Fan nodded his head, agreeing to Su Yan's request. The two of them put down their jade cups and stood up, intending to leave the pleasure boat. Ning Fan sent out a message transmitting flying sword to inform Ming Ke to wait for him at the Misthorn clan and not to wander around. Ning Fan did not know how long it would take to erase the connection between them. However, it was necessary to inform Ming Quebec. Just as the message transmitting flying sword flew out, a cold and stern voice of a man suddenly resounded from outside the formation light of the plain green lake. Clan leader, isn't it a little inappropriate to let an outsider enter the Broken World of our Misthorn clan? A burly man in black armor tore open the grand formation and forcefully broke into the plain green lake. As soon as he arrived, he heard the last few sentences between Su Yan and Ning Fan. After knowing that the two of them had the intention to go to the Broken World together, he immediately showed himself with the intention to stop them. This burly man's chi was restrained and vigorous. Void power was faintly flowing around his body. His chi was weak, but he had the aura force of a Void Inquiry stage expert. It was as if he had just broken through to the Void Inquiry stage not long ago. As soon as Su Yan saw the intruder, her pretty face turned cold. However, when she saw his cultivation base, her beautiful eyes were filled with surprise. "Mo. You have broken through to the Void Inquiry stage." The intruder was the third Void Refinement Realm expert of the Misthorn clan. He was Mo, who had always been on bad terms with Su Yan. When this Shimo was still at the void glimpse stage, he already dared to look down on Su Yan. Now that he had broken through to the void inquiry stage, his attitude became even more arrogant. He actually dared to tear apart the grand formation that Su Yan had set up and trespass into her forbidden area. You are not allowed to enter the broken world of my clan. Otherwise, don't blame me for being merciless. Shimo stood in the sky, looking down at Ning Fan and said arrogantly. Being merciless? Ning Fan's tone was indifferent. He did not put Shimo in his eyes at all. How dare you? Shimo's eyes flashed with anger. The devil chi around his body seemed to be boiling. He pressed his finger down and the devil chi turned into a 10,000 zhang tall mountain which was shrouded in black chi, pressing down on Ning Fan's head. This giant mountain was a low-grade mortal void magic technique. However, when it was used by a void inquiry stage expert like Shimo, its strength was comparable to a void inquiry stage attack. It was more than enough to suppress ordinary void glimpse stage experts. From Shimo's point of view, even if this mountain could not hurt Ning Fan, it was enough to teach him a lesson and make him retreat. However, he did not expect that Ning Fan would only raise his fist and throw a punch at the sky while facing the Devil Mountain. 3/4 of his body shone with golden light. His physical body had yet to attain the golden body refining realm. However, after devouring the devil chi from the 3 slates, the strength of his punch was already infinitely close to that of a second-level golden body refining realm attack. With just a single punch, Shimo's half-baked Devil Mountain was directly shattered into countless pieces by Ning Fan. Shimo's eyes widened in surprise. He had never expected that his full-powered attack would be so easily broken by Ning Fan. Ning Fan's strength seemed to be even stronger than the rumors. He could already tell that Ning Fan's strength was just as the rumors said. His strength was indeed unfathomable. However, it was precisely because of this that Shimo was even more reluctant to let Ning Fan enter the Misthorn Broken World, in case he destroyed the plan that he had been preparing for many years. He still wanted to attack Ning Fan, but Su Yan gently stood in front of him and said coldly. Shimo, I'm the clan leader, but you dare to hurt my esteemed guest. Do you think that you can be on equal footing with me after attaining the Void Inquiry stage? Humph. Su Yan let out a soft snort. An unimaginable aura force suddenly shook Shimo, causing her inner chi to churn and her chi to stagnate. Her eyes were filled with shock. Shimo did not expect Su Yan's chi to be so strong. Even though she was also a Void Inquiry stage expert, she was not far away from attaining the Void Pierce stage. She was definitely not comparable to Shimo, who had just attained the Void Inquiry stage. If Su Yan gets angry, she could forcefully suppress Shimo here and teach him a lesson. Even though you are a Void Refinement Realm expert of my clan, you are still under my jurisdiction. If you dare to offend me again, I will surely punish you severely without any mercy. You may leave now. Fellow Taoist Zhou is a trustworthy person. I'm the one who allowed him to enter the broken world. You can't stop him. Even though Su Yan was dissatisfied with Shimo, he was also a member of the Misthorn clan. He was an indispensable combat force of the clan. As the clan leader, she could only punish him at most but not kill him. Understood. I'll take my leave now. Shimo clenched his fists and clenched his teeth. Then, he cupped his fists and left. Currently, he was still not Su Yan's opponent. Thus, he could not anger her in front of her. He could only wait until she enters the broken world again. Since Ning Fan insisted on entering the Misthorn Broken World today, it's fine. I'll let Ning Fan and Su Yan die together. After Shimo left, Su Yan smiled apologetically at Ning Fan. It's my fault for not being strict enough. Shimo didn't offend fellow Taoist out of malice. I hope fellow Taoist can forgive him for my sake. Just now, when Shimo was about to attack Ning Fan already had killing intent towards him. His aura force had yet to rise, but it already gave Su Yan an extremely dangerous feeling. Su Yan immediately realized that if Ning Fan gets angry, his strength would be even stronger than Shimo. If the matter continues, Ning Fan would probably kill Shi Mo on the spot, just like how he killed Shirkuan and Mo Xiu. The reason why Su Yan punished Shi Mo was actually to save him and prevent the matter from developing in a worse direction. Even if she was not on good terms with Shi Mo, she was unwilling to see her clansmen get killed by Ning Fan. Fellow Daoist Zhou, don't worry. I will compensate fellow Daoist for Shi Mo's offense. I will certainly satisfy you. Compensate? What kind of compensation? Ning Fan's brows loosened. He was extremely disgusted with Shi Mo. If it wasn't for Su Yan, he would definitely not let him go. He had no choice. Shi Mo was Su Yan's subordinate. If Ning Fan kills him, she would probably hate him for the rest of her life. Su Yan was also one of Ning Fan's devil concubines. He did not want her to hate him. After entering the broken world this time, I will look for some good devil herbs and brew devil wine for you to drink. It will be considered as compensation. I wonder if fellow Daoist is satisfied with this compensation. The wine brewed by a beauty adds fragrance to the red sleeves. I am somewhat looking forward to this compensation. Ning Fan smiled playfully while Su Yan's eyes were filled with slight displeasure. She was actually verbally teased by Ning Fan. With her identity, she could suppress countless old monsters with a wave of her hand. Who would dare to tease her? This Ning Fan was really too audacious. Swoosh! Su Yan waved her palm gently. Traces of void power turned into black smoke, enveloping the two of them and bringing them a great distance away in an instant. It was a void teleportation technique that borrowed the power of the void. Only void inquiry stage old monsters could use this technique. Its speed was much faster than the ordinary teleportation of divine transformation realm cultivators. The two of them arrived at an empty forbidden area of the Misthorn clan. Su Yan took out the clan leader's token and gently waved it. A door of light appeared out of nowhere. Then, she handed the token to Ning Fan and gave him an enchanting smile. The token is in fellow Daoist's hand. You can enter the broken world without worry. Unless the broken world collapses, even I cannot detain fellow Daoist in the broken world. Ning Fan nodded his head and took the token. Then, he followed Su Yan into the door of light. At the next moment, the door closed. To be honest, even without the token, Ning Fan was not afraid of entering the broken world at all. First of all, Su Yan was a woman. If something happens to her, it would not be difficult for Ning Fan to capture her with his bewitching technique with his current strength. Secondly, Ning Fan was not afraid of the 15 void refinement realm devil spirits inside the broken world. He might not be able to fight against 15 ferocious beasts head-on. However, with the heaven-deceiving cloak, he could turn invisible at will. With the wind mist finger, it was absolutely a piece of cake for him to tear a hole in the broken world. Most importantly, Ning Fan could see through Su Yan's true thoughts. She did not have the intention to harm him at all. After a ray of light, the two of them appeared in the Misthorn broken world. It was a world of devil chi with dark clouds covering the sky and devil mountains stretching endlessly. Inside the broken world, there were 10,000 mountains and countless devil spirits resided there. This is the broken world of my clan, Su Yan explained with a faint smile. However, before she could finish her words, the entire Misthorn broken world suddenly shook violently. Fissures tore through the earth and sky. Su Yan's face turned pale. She did not expect that this was actually the sign of the broken world. How could this be? That's right. How could Su Yan expect that the broken world would actually collapse just after she entered it with Ning Fan? Ning Fan's eyes turned grim. He also did not expect to encounter such an accident just after he entered the broken world. He activated the clan leader's token in his hand, but he could not leave the broken world. Even when he activated a wisp of wind mist, he could not tear a path to leave. He gave Su Yan a deep look. Su Yan immediately explained. Fellow Daoist Zhou, please don't misunderstand me. The collapse of the broken world has nothing to do with me. Really? This should just be an accident, I know. Ning Fan casually tossed the clan leader's token back to Su Yan. This token was already useless. However, the collapse of the broken world this time shouldn't be an accident. Miss Su, please take a look. Ning Fan casually pointed at the direction of the 100,000 mountains. Countless devil spirits soared into the sky and surrounded Ning Fan and Su Yan. Their auras were ferocious as if they were going to attack the two of them. A dark mass of tens of millions of devil spirits attacked without fear of death. In front of the group of devil spirits, there were 15 extremely strong auras. Each of them was at the void refinement realm. Clan leader Su, you're finally here. I've been waiting for you for a long time. Since you're already here, there's no need for you to leave. Just leave your life here. The target of these devil spirits was not Ning Fan but Su Yan. Chapter 476. Su Yan did not expect that the Misthorn broken world would actually collapse as soon as she entered it. Moreover, she was targeted by the killing intent of millions of devil spirits. Could it be that all the devil spirits had rebelled? She tried to activate the contract but she could not sense its existence. It seemed like the contract had been destroyed. If the contract was still there, she could execute all the rebelling devil spirits with a single thought. If the contract is destroyed, all the devil spirits would regain their freedom and would no longer listen to her orders. However, only the clan leader of the devil spirits in the Misthorn broken world could use the devil mist pond to plant and destroy the contract. The devil spirits themselves could not violate the contract. Su Yan was not a fool. She immediately agreed with Ning Fan's deduction. The collapse of the broken world and the rebellion of the devil spirits were not an accident. Someone was plotting against her. After every devil spirit is born, they would sign a contract with the previous clan leader of the Misthorn clan. They must never violate the orders of the clan leader. These vile creatures can actually destroy the contract and rebel against me. The reason behind this is definitely not simple. All the contracts had been erased. At this critical moment, how could Su Yan not understand that a huge change had occurred in the broken world? The contracts of the devil spirits would not disappear for no reason. Who was the one who plotted against her? How did your demon spirit contract get erased? Su Yan asked with a cold expression. Her cold voice spread across 100,000 li. He. Who said that our contracts were destroyed? Our contracts just changed owners and we have a new owner. Now, the millions of devil spirits in the Misthorn broken world are no longer loyal to you. They are only loyal to another person. A person who can give us a future and freedom. A person who can bring glory to the Misthorn clan. More than 10 gloomy voices echoed from the distant sky. In that direction, 15 void refinement realm devil spirits were approaching at an extremely fast speed. All of them locked their killing intent on Su Yan while sneering incessantly. As for Ning Fan, the 15 old monsters merely glanced at him indifferently. When they saw that he was just a half-step void refinement realm junior, they no longer paid attention to him. After hearing that these devil spirits did not destroy the contract but transferred it to another member of the Misthorn clan, Su Yan's eyes were filled with astonishment. Could it be that the rebellion of the devil spirits this time was actually her clan members who plotted against her? Who is your new owner? It's Lord Shimo. Since clan leader Su has come to the broken world, there's no need for you to leave. We're under General Shimo's order to ensure that clan leader Su's life remains here. Ning Fan's eyes turned cold. He finally understood why Shimo stopped him from entering the broken world. It turned out that he did not want him to interfere with the plan to kill Su Yan. Su Yan bit her lip so hard that it almost bled. She felt a chill in her heart. Although she had always been at odds with Shimo, she still treated him as one of her own. She had always known that Shimo was dissatisfied with her, but she had never expected that Shimo would betray her, plot against her, and even dare to scheme against her life. Su Yan's beautiful eyes were filled with frost. She hated Shimo's betrayal to the extreme. Shimo. Humph. If I don't die and leave this broken world, I will make Shimo pay the price. Ha, you'll need to be alive to leave this place. Boom. 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 Waves after waves of powerful Void Refinement Realm attacks came from all directions. The powerful waves of magic techniques tore the sky apart and blocked all of Su Yan's escape routes, leaving no gaps. Even though Su Yan had a Void Inquiry stage cultivation base and was close to breaking through to the Void Pierce stage, she was still no match for 15 Void Refinement Realm experts. Facing the attacks of 15 Void Refinement Realm experts, Su Yan showed no fear. She patted her storage pouch, preparing to take out her natal magic treasure to counterattack. However, she was shocked to find that all the magic treasures in her storage pouch were gone. When she was in seclusion before, she had given her storage pouch to a Void Glimpse stage elder, Gue Jiao, asking him to help her repair her magic treasures. After the auction, Gue Jiao had already returned the pouch to her. Now, Su Yan did not have any magic treasures with her. Naturally, it was Gue Jiao's doing. It seemed like Mo was not the only expert in the Misthorn clan who rebelled this time. Gue Jiao was also involved. Without any magic treasures with her and being betrayed by her own people, Su Yan showed a helpless expression for the first time. She did not know if she could withstand the attacks of the 15 people today. Even if she could, what could she do? The broken world had already collapsed. She did not know if there was still an exit that led to the outside world. Even if there was, Su Yan would not be able to find the exit in such a short time. Even if she could withstand this attack, the 15 Void Refinement Realm experts would continue to attack her until she died, damn it. Su Yan gently opened her mouth and shot out a ray of purple light. It was a small purple copper shield with overwhelming spiritual chi. It was a mid-grade Mortal Void stage defensive magic treasure. It was strong enough to defend against a Void Inquiry stage attack. Before this, it was left in Su Yan's dantian to be nourished with magic power as it was not damaged. Now, it had become her last life-saving magic treasure. The small shield turned into a ray of purple light and spread out layers of purple light barriers in the sky. 15 Void Refinement Realm attacks landed on the light barriers, shattering them. The powerful collision turned into a hurricane that swept across the land of 100,000 li. Crack 15 Void Refinement Realm attacks broke through the layers of defense of the small shield. In the end, they landed on the body of the shield, causing countless cracks to appear on it. Seeing that the small shield could not withstand the attacks, Su Yan gritted her teeth and detonated it with a pinch of her fingers. The self-destruction of a mid-grade Mortal Void stage magic treasure set off layers of fire waves. Finally, she managed to block the 15 attacks. However, Su Yan felt something sweet in her throat and coughed out a mouthful of blood. The backlash she received from the destruction of her small life shield was certainly not light. Her chi was stagnant due to her injuries. For a moment, she could only use less than 30% of her magic power. She no longer had the chance to escape. Knowing that it would be difficult for her to escape today, Su Yan's only regret was that she had implicated Ning Fan, who was an outsider. She smiled apologetically at Ning Fan. Her eyes were filled with the determination to die. As the leader of a clan, she was also considered a heroine. She was not afraid of death. Fellow Taoist Zhou, I'm sorry. This time, I've implicated you. If I knew this would happen, I wouldn't have let you enter the broken world. Next, I will ignite my primordial spirit and do my best. I will certainly be able to hold them off for a while. Fellow Taoist, quickly take the token of the clan leader and escape. Perhaps you will have the chance to find an exit somewhere else in the broken world. If you activate the token, you might be able to escape. Su Yan stuffed the token of the clan leader into Ning Fan's chest. Then, she took light steps and shielded Ning Fan behind her, leaving him with only her back view. This back view was obviously delicate and weak. However, she had shouldered the fate of a clan countless times. Today, she was going to protect Ning Fan and help him escape. Ning Fan held the token. His eyes flashed with a hint of surprise. Su Yan is a good woman. It's a pity that she will die here. All of a sudden, he took a big step forward and held her waist. Then, he teased her. Miss Sue hasn't brewed the devil wine for me yet. You can't die here. How about I bring you away? Chi-8 gigantic black fire wings suddenly appeared on Ning Fan's back. With a flap of the wings, he dashed towards a certain direction at a speed comparable to a void inquiry stage expert. All the devil spirit's attention was focused on Su Yan. No one paid attention to Ning Fan. Ning Fan's sudden burst of speed shocked everyone. Each of the old monsters looked at Ning Fan in disbelief. No one had expected that Ning Fan, who was just a half-step void refinement realm cultivator, would possess the speed of a void inquiry stage expert. What was even more unbelievable was that the speed of Ning Fan's 8 wings was slightly faster than the 7 void inquiry stage experts present. No one could actually catch up to him. Of course, the one who was the most surprised was Su Yan. She was not surprised by Ning Fan's strength. In her impression, Ning Fan should be a devil lord who would not do anything without benefits. He disliked causing trouble the most. She had clearly made a promise to give Ning Fan a chance to escape. However, a selfish person like Ning Fan actually did not run away. Instead, he dragged her along with him. This was simply illogical. Why? She seemed to be asking Ning Fan. At the same time, she was also asking herself. Her clan members had betrayed her, but Ning Fan, a stranger, did not abandon her. Why did all of this happen? You are my devil concubine. Your life and death is up to me. No one is allowed to kill you. Lead the way. Bring me to the devil mist pond. Devil concubine. How did you know? Su Yan did not understand how Ning Fan knew her identity as a devil concubine. She also did not understand how this identity was related to Ning Fan saving her. She had too many questions that she wanted to ask, but the current situation did not give her the chance to speak at all. Each of the Void Refinement Realm devil spirits revealed killing intent when they saw Ning Fan trying to take Su Yan away. Stop them. We can't let them go. Otherwise, we won't be able to answer to General Shi Mo. Kill. Kill them at all costs. As the leader of the Void Inquiry stage, old monsters gave the order. All the magic treasures and magic techniques of the low-grade devil spirits were directed at Ning Fan. The 15 Void Refinement Realm devil spirits did not attack. With Ning Fan's speed, he was as fast as a fly flying around randomly. It was very difficult for any of their attacks to hit him. The 15 of them worked together to open a barrier, sealing the space within 100,000 li to prevent Ning Fan from escaping using his speed. The barrier blocked Ning Fan's path of retreat. Countless low-grade devil spirits swarmed towards him from all directions like tidal waves. As soon as the low-grade devil spirits got close to Ning Fan, they self-destructed their physical bodies, trying to block Ning Fan's path without any regard for their own lives. Their fearless aura could move any cultivator. This was a crazy battle to the death. Even Su Yan was shocked by the devil spirit's decisiveness. However, Ning Fan had already gotten used to this kind of all-out slaughter. This was a battle to the death. Either you die or I die. There was no way he could be merciful. Ning Fan crazily spread out his spirit sense. His sword sense turned into countless thick inks that decorated the sky. Layers of black sword sense spread across the sky, scattering into tens of thousands of black sword lights. Just the residual waves of the sword chi were enough to kill countless low-grade devil spirits. Chi. 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 Tens of thousands of low-grade devil spirits did not even have the chance to self-destruct. They were instantly killed by Ning Fan, turning into mountains of corpses and seas of blood. Ning Fan released his baleful chi without holding back. Blood and scarlet dyed the entire sky red. All the low-grade devil spirits within 100,000 li did not dare to attack Ning Fan at all. They were all paralyzed on the ground by Ning Fan's ferocious aura. Each of the divine transformation realm devil spirits blocked Ning Fan's path. To deal with these devil spirits, Ning Fan directly used his full speed. His physical body was like a cannonball, directly crashing into each of them. All the divine transformation realm devil spirits who blocked his path of retreat were smashed into minced meat. None of them survived. What? A mere half-step void refinement realm cultivator is actually this strong? The expressions of the 15 void refinement realm devil spirits changed. They could already tell that even though Ning Fan had yet to reach the void refinement realm, his strength was definitely not something that the divine transformation realm cultivators could handle. Among the 15 of them, 5 of them stayed behind to maintain the barrier while the remaining 10 chased after Ning Fan. As long as the barrier is still there, no matter how fast Ning Fan is, he would not be able to escape. In their eyes, killing Ning Fan was only a matter of time. Young man, put down Su Yan and become my slave. Then, I can spare your life. A void refinement realm devil spirit went to the front of Ning Fan and blocked his path, looking at him with a cold smile. His name was Mugui. He was a void glimpse stage-old monster. His strength was strong and he was proud. Even though he knew that Ning Fan was strong, he did not think that Ning Fan could be a match for him. Mugui stood in front of Ning Fan alone. He did not realize how dangerous his action was at all. He controlled his magic treasure with his spirit sense. It was a devil weapon that looked like a cactus. There were countless needles on the weapon. Under Mugui's control, all the needles turned into brambles that were as thick as an arm. They grew and blocked all of Ning Fan's paths. He stood with his hands clasped behind his back, acting like a senior expert. As long as Ning Fan puts down Su Yan obediently, he could spare his life. Otherwise, he would definitely kill him. I'll give you half a breath to consider. Mugui threatened with a cold smile, as if he was certain that he could defeat Ning Fan. At the next moment, however, all of his smiles turned into astonishment. A towering shadow of a black dragon was thrown out from Ning Fan's single punch. All of a sudden, golden light shone around Ning Fan's body. When he threw a punch, heaven and earth trembled. Void technique, double dragon. Die. Ning Fan's eyes flashed with a cold light. He did not have the mood to talk nonsense with Mugui at all. Instead, he directly threw out the shadow of the black dragon. The unparalleled fist light landed on Mugui's Bramble's magic treasure, directly shattering this low-grade mortal void realm magic treasure into pieces. Mugui was terrified. He definitely could not withstand the power of that punch. Even if he wanted to escape, it was already too late. Ning Fan's punch landed on his chest. As soon as the fist light dispersed, his entire physical body turned into a mist of blood. His tiny primordial spirit helplessly tried to escape. However, Ning Fan caught it and swallowed it whole, turning it into a trace of dense devil chi that flowed into his devil marks. All of the devil spirits were terrified at this moment. That punch of Ning Fan's was too powerful. Even the 7 Void Inquiry stage experts might not necessarily be able to withstand his attack without suffering any injuries. This young man is just a half-step Void Refinement Realm cultivator. However, he can kill a Void Glimpse stage expert with a single punch. This is impossible. That golden light is a phenomenon that only cultivators with the Golden Body Refining Realm can possess. Even though he hasn't truly broken through to the Golden Body Refining Realm, the power of his punch is almost not weaker than us Void Inquiry stage old monsters. Boom! At the moment when those old monsters were hesitating, Ning Fan had already approached the barrier. A wisp of wind smoke circled around his finger. The purple-golden wind smoke turned into a gigantic claw and tore at the barrier. All of the barriers were instantly destroyed and dispersed. What? He actually broke the barrier that we set up with our combined strength? This is absolutely impossible. The remaining 14 old monsters were once again shocked by this scene. Ning Fan's cultivation base was not high, but his means were too heaven-defying. They definitely could not underestimate him. Kill. The 14 Void Refinement Realm Devil Spirits simultaneously launched their strongest attacks. They were determined to kill Ning Fan and Su Yan. Moreover, In order to increase the speed of their magic techniques and ensure that they could hit Ning Fan, a few of them even paid the price of damaging their cultivation base to increase the power of their magic techniques. The combined power of 14 Void Refinement Realm attacks was enough to kill any Void Inquiry stage expert. Even a Void Pierce stage expert would be injured. Everyone thought that Ning Fan would die under this attack together with Su Yan. Right at this moment, lightning flashed around Ning Fan's body. He suddenly summoned the primordial lightning armor. With the golden armor covering his body and his white robes stained with blood, Ning Fan looked like a heavenly god. He turned around and looked at the 14 attacks with disdain. If I want to leave, none of you can stop me. Boom boom boom, the attacks landed on Ning Fan's back one after another. He forcefully withstood the attacks with his lightning armor. The third-grade golden armor was enough to withstand a Void Pierce stage attack. Countless cracks appeared on his lightning armor, but it did not break. Instead, it withstood the combined attacks of the 14 old monsters. The moment he left the barrier, he summoned the heaven-deceiving cloak and disappeared from the sight of those old monsters. Even with the strength of the 14 Void Refinement Realm old monsters, none of them could see through Ning Fan's concealment. All the devil spirits were dumbfounded. Ning Fan had managed to break through the encirclement of 10 million devil spirits all by himself without suffering any injuries. On the other hand, the devil spirits had lost a Void Glimpse stage old monster. As soon as they thought of this, the eyes of all the Void Refinement Realm devil spirits turned red. Investigate. This man certainly hasn't left the broken world. Find out his whereabouts, and tear him into pieces. This man must not be left alive. Su Yan must die. Chapter 477. Countless devil spirits searched every inch of the 100,000 mountains, but they could not find Ning Fan's whereabouts at all. The only thing they could be sure of was that Ning Fan had not left the Misthorn Broken World. The collapse of the Misthorn Broken World was planned by Shimo. All the spaces in the broken world had already collapsed. Only a few hidden places had void passageways that led to the outside world. These passageways were only known to the 14 Void Refinement Realm devil spirits called Qian Gui, who had the highest cultivation base among them. Qian Gui was responsible for destroying the broken world. When he destroyed this small kiliacosm, he secretly left a few passageways that led to the outside world. He did not want to be trapped in this broken world forever after killing Su Yan. If he had the chance, he still wanted to leave the broken world and get rid of his identity as a devil spirit. He wanted to be a Void Refinement Realm old monster in the outside world and no longer be a slave to anyone. The 14 Void Refinement Realm devil spirits were eager to kill Ning Fan to vent their anger. At the same time, they were shocked by Ning Fan's strength that could instantly kill a Void Glimpse stage expert. In the process of searching for Ning Fan, even Void Inquiry stage old monsters did not dare to act alone as they were afraid that they would be killed by Ning Fan, who was hiding somewhere. Unfortunately, Ning Fan's heaven-deceiving cloak was too powerful. It was impossible for them to find him. Ning Fan, who was invisible, hugged Su Yan and flew towards the Devil Mist Pond. Of course, the reason why he was heading to the Devil Mist Pond now was not for the pond itself but for the fourth slate that was sealed near it. Now that they were trapped in the broken world and could not leave for the time being, Ning Fan might as well find the slate first and then look for a way to leave the broken world. As long as he finds the slate, he would certainly be able to attain the Golden Body Refining Realm. He believed that with the strength of his Golden Body Refining Realm, it would not be a problem for him to kill these devil spirits. By then, after killing all 14 Void Refinement Realm devil spirits and searching their souls and memories, he would most likely be able to find a way to leave. Unfortunately, after arriving at the Devil Mist Pond, Ning Fan spread out his spirit sense but could not find where the slate was hidden. He probably had to ask Su Yan about it. Su Yan did not know what Ning Fan was thinking. She just thought that Ning Fan was heading to the Devil Mist Pond in a hurry to cut off the connection between their minds. This made her rather speechless. Currently, millions of devil spirits were searching for her and Ning Fan, but Ning Fan still had the leisure to cut off the connection between their minds. Even though their original purpose of entering the broken world was to cut off the connection between their minds, Su Yan was saved by Ning Fan when she was in despair. Other than feeling sentimental, her thoughts changed a little. If it was the old Su Yan, she would not have liked to communicate with anyone. Today, however, she was no longer as repulsive to the telepathic connection between them as before. Under her guidance, Ning Fan arrived at a gigantic black lake in just half a day's time. The Black Lake covered an area of tens of thousands of hectares. It was the demon mist pond that Su Yan had mentioned. Demonic chi rose from the pond and a black fog covered the sky. Su Yan needed to borrow the pure and vast demon chi in this place to form a contract with the other demon spirits as the patriarch. However, when they arrived at the Devil Mist Pool, Su Yan discovered to her surprise that the demon chi in the Devil Mist Pool had strangely decreased by a third. Beside the pool, there were traces left behind by a large-scale formation. The traces were still very fresh. When Su Yan looked at the formation, she found it vaguely familiar. It seemed to be an ancient formation that had been lost in the Misthorn clan. Its effect was to transfer the devil spirit contract. Within the formation, Shimo's dense chi was left behind. This formation was most likely set up by Shimo. With the help of this formation, Shimo transferred the contracts that Su Yan had signed with the other demon spirits to him. However, what Su Yan could not understand was how Shimo entered the Misthorn broken world. Unless one possessed the Patriarch token, one would not be able to enter the Misthorn broken world. How did Shimo enter? The Patriarch token was clearly in my hands. Su Yan sighed softly. What was the point of investigating this matter now? What had already happened. Is there more than one Patriarch token in the Misthorn clan? Ning Fan suddenly asked. When the Patriarch of the Misthorn clan takes over the position of the Patriarch, they would go to the ancestral temple and kowtow to the statue of the ancestor to be granted the Patriarch token. Strictly speaking, every Patriarch has their own Patriarch token. Normally, the next Patriarch will only be elected when the Patriarch of each generation dies. Once the Patriarch dies, his identity Patriarch token will automatically be destroyed. In the history of our Misthorn clan, only the Patriarch token of the previous Patriarch is still preserved. He committed some grave mistakes and was stripped of his position as the Patriarch and imprisoned in the clan. Of course, it was just a nominal imprisonment. Other than being forbidden from leaving the clan, he could still obtain cultivation resources that were equivalent to his cultivation base. Once the clan needs his help, he would even make up for his mistakes by performing meritorious deeds. For example, the previous Patriarch personally went to the Six-Winged clan to participate in the fight for the Six-Winged Slate. His Patriarch token was not destroyed, but he claimed that it had been stolen by someone 1,000 years ago. Wait. You mean? When Su Yan answered Ning Fan's question, she suddenly understood the meaning behind his words. Ning Fan suspected that Shimo had used the Patriarch token of the previous Patriarch to enter the broken world. Perhaps it was the Patriarch token that was stolen by Shimo. Or maybe it was given by the previous Patriarch. In short, Shimo already had the intention to betray the clan 1,000 years ago. He had gotten his hands on this Patriarch token and sneaked into the Misthorn broken world countless times to set up a huge trap. He had been patiently waiting until he broke through to the Void Inquiry stage before carrying out his plan of betrayal and killing Su Yan. Yes. It must be like that. Otherwise, there's no way to explain why Shimo could enter the broken world to set up a trap. Su Yan nodded her head. Most of her guesses were close to the truth. However, now that things had come to this stage, what could she do even if she knew the truth? During their escape, she had taken Ning Fan's medicine to stabilize her injuries and her chi had returned to normal. At this moment, she was nestling in Ning Fan's arms. Her plump breasts were pressed against Ning Fan's chest. Her soft and tender flesh was rubbing against his clothes. This posture made Su Yan feel uncomfortable. She left Ning Fan's embrace without leaving a trace and stared at the Devil Mist Pond with a complicated expression. Fellow Taoist Shou, do you think that Su Yan's life is a failure? This subordinate has been plotting a rebellion since 1,000 years ago, but Su Yan never found out about it. Moreover, she even caused fellow Taoist Zhou and me to be trapped in the broken world. Su Yan did not address herself as a concubine. Instead, she used her maiden name. Unknowingly, she became slightly closer to Ning Fan. Do you want me to comfort you? Ning Fan raised his eyelids and looked at Su Yan with a playful expression. I don't want to. Su Yan's cheeks turned slightly red. She did not dare to hope that Ning Fan would comfort her. After all, she was nobody to Ning Fan. The atmosphere was a little strange. Su Yan had to change the topic subtly. We've arrived at the Devil Mist Pond. Has fellow Taoist Zhou really decided to cut off the spiritual connection with me? Are you reluctant to do so? Ning Fan teased her again. No. I just want to confirm it. If fellow Taoist Zhou really decides to do so, I will immediately go and set up a grand formation. The secret formation of the Misthorn clan and the pure devil chi of the Devil Mist Pond should be enough to erase the spiritual connection between us. Su Yan rolled her eyes at Ning Fan grumpily. Her almond-shaped eyes were filled with annoyance and annoyance. Both of them carried an indescribable charm. Her bewitching aura could charm all living beings in the world, causing Ning Fan's heart to tremble. Su Yan was a mature and beautiful woman. Her words and actions were not as charming as Fan Qi, Wind Maiden, and Tea Maiden. However, Su Yan had a unique charm in her bones. Her eyes were as seductive as an enchantress. She was really a demoness. If it wasn't because their relationship was still shallow, Ning Fan really wanted to tease her by calling her Su Yao. Bewitching woman. Miss Su, you seem to have misunderstood me. I don't want to cut off the spiritual connection with you. You are my devil concubine. It's very normal for there to be some spiritual connection between a master and a devil concubine. Ning Fan's words made Su Yan's brows loosen. From the bottom of her heart, she was also a little reluctant to cut off the spiritual connection with Ning Fan. However, when she heard Ning Fan claiming to be her master, her almond-shaped eyes twitched. She was a little displeased. Su Yan is indeed the devil concubine of the Misthorn clan. But since when did you become my master? Why don't I know about it? Are you teasing me again? I'm just stating the truth. You will understand in the future. Let's change the topic. The reason why I came to the Devil Mist Pond is actually to obtain the devil statue slate that is sealed nearby. How do you know that the slate of my clan is sealed near the pond? Su Yan was a little surprised. This was a secret of the Misthorn clan. How did Ning Fan know about it? I have my own methods. Let's make a deal. You let me have a look at the devil statue slate and I will help you escape from this broken world and kill Xiemo. What do you think? A deal? Su Yan remained silent. Even though the devil statue slate was precious, the Misthorn clan could not decipher the scripture on it. Thus, it was useless to her. If she just wanted to let Ning Fan have a look at it, it did not seem like a big deal. She just needed to take a look at the slate in exchange for his help in getting her out of this broken world. It seemed like she would not lose anything. I promise you. However, I won't trouble fellow Taoist Zhou to deal with the rebellion in my clan. If we can leave this broken world, Su Yan, am confident that I can still handle a mere Xiemo. If Xiemo, Gui Jiao, and the previous clan leader all rebel, can you really handle them? If the entire clan revolts, can you still handle them? Let's talk about it later. I will bring you to get the slate. Su Yan fell into silence. If all the Void Refinement Realm experts in her clan joined the rebellion, she really would not be able to handle 2 Void Inquiry stage experts and 1 Void Glimpse stage expert. However, she did not want to owe Ning Fan too much. She could not bring herself to ask Ning Fan for help. We'll talk about it later. Who knows if they can leave this broken world? The stone slab was sealed in a hidden ancient formation. That ancient formation was located 1 million li to the west of the Devil Mist Pond. The grade of the formation was quite high. It was set up by an ancient pill master of the Misthorn clan. With Su Yan leading the way and opening the formation, Ning Fan effortlessly stood in front of the slate. You saved my life before. Even if you want to take the slate away, I can also help you hide it. Su Yan did not believe that Ning Fan would be satisfied just by looking at the slate. The devil statue's slate was a supreme treasure. No one could decipher its secrets. However, experts at the level of King Lan Ling were already fighting for it. It was normal for Ning Fan to want to take the slate away. Su Yan was a person who knew how to repay kindness. If Ning Fan really wants to take the slate away, she was willing to help him hide it. I really don't need to take it away. Ning Fan squatted down. He did not remove the seal on the slate. Instead, he placed his palm on the slate through the seal. His eyes lingered on the devil scripture on the slate. He memorized all the correct characters, and the fourth trace of devil chi was also absorbed into the devil marks on his back. The devil scripture on the fourth slate had completed all the incantations, cultivation routes and secret techniques of the ancestral talisman blood refinement technique. The fourth trace of devil chi resonated with the other three traces of devil chi in Ning Fan's body. Ning Fan felt as if the devil marks on his back were burning up, burning away all the devil chi in his body. Each trace of devil chi was the cultivation base of the devil Dao that Ning Fan had cultivated. How could he simply waste it? He held Su Yan in his arms and turned into a ray of light that shot into the massive devil mist pond. He gulped down the pure devil chi in the water, replacing the devil chi in his body to burn the devil marks. Gradually, the burning of the devil marks stopped and everything became quiet. At the next moment, a terrifying devil might spread out from Ning Fan's body. It rushed out of the devil mist pond and swept across the entire small kiliacosm. In the sky above where Ning Fan was, the devil mist in the sky dispersed. The sky began to crack unstoppably. Strange black blood oozed out from the cracks. It was filled with dense devil chi. It was the strange phenomenon of devil blood dyeing the blue sky. It had only appeared when the four devil slates appeared. This strange phenomenon was triggered by Ning Fan's body. It carried his chi. Ning Fan knew that his devil marks were close to advancing to the next level. However, he did not expect that gathering four traces of devil chi would trigger the strange phenomenon of devil blood dyeing the blue sky. As soon as the strange phenomenon appeared, wherever Ning Fan went, the sky would split with blood. Even the heaven-deceiving cloak could not conceal the strange phenomenon. Even if he hid in the Yuanya world or the profound Yin world, he would not be able to conceal the strange phenomenon. Not only that, at this moment, Ning Fan only felt that his blood was burning and his chi was in a mess. He could not even display 1/10 of his strength. It was not the time for him to fight against others at all. In the mist-horn broken world, all the devil spirits saw the strange phenomenon of devil blood dyeing the blue sky. From the chi of the phenomenon, they could tell that it was Ning Fan who triggered it. All of the experts swarmed towards the devil mist pond. Even if Ning Fan turned invisible and hid himself, they would not be able to find his true body. However, they would know that he was hiding deep at the bottom of the pond. Devil blood dyeing the blue sky. Why did you trigger this phenomenon? What did you do to the devil statue slate? You. Su Yan had too many questions that she wanted to ask Ning Fan. However, Ning Fan's devil marks were currently on the verge of advancing to the next level. He was trying his best to suppress the devil chi in his body. Thus, he did not have the time to converse with Su Yan. In the distance, countless powerful chi that was filled with devil chi were approaching Ning Fan's direction. Among them, 14 traces of powerful void refinement realm chi were chasing after Ning Fan in a frenzy. Each of the void refinement realm devil spirits roared furiously and locked onto the devil mist pond with their spirit sense. Junior, even though I don't understand how you caused such a shocking phenomenon of the heavens and the earth, with this phenomenon here, I'll still be able to find your location even if you flee to the ends of the world, and I'll know your whereabouts. Big brother, there's no need to talk nonsense with him. Let's charge at him together and kill him and Su Yan. Then, we will complete General Shimo's mission. A mere half-step void refinement realm junior dares to provoke us? He's just seeking his own death. Now, he can't even use 1/10 of his strength. It's the best time to kill him. Everyone, pay attention. This young man's speed is extraordinary and his invisibility is heaven-defying. His combat strength is also comparable to a void inquiry stage expert. If we want to capture him, we must first set up barriers that can break his invisibility and slow down his speed. Let's see what other methods he has to resist us by setting up 14 layers of barriers. Rumble. Rumble. Rumble, the 14 Void Refinement Realm Devil Spirits caught up to him very quickly. They tacitly set up 14 layers of barriers around the Devil Mist Pond, blocking Ning Fan's escape route. Inside the barriers, Ning Fan's speed was greatly reduced and he could not summon his heaven-deceiving cloak. The 14 Void Refinement Realm Devil Spirits looked at Ning Fan, whose combat strength had been greatly reduced as his abilities had lost their effectiveness, as if they were looking at a dead man. Tens of thousands of devil spirits surrounded Ning Fan like tidal waves. What should we do? Su Yen sighed softly. Now that Ning Fan had displayed the phenomenon, his strength was greatly reduced and he was surrounded by the enemies. The odds were against him. It doesn't matter. Follow me. Ning Fan wrapped his arm around Su Yan's slender waist and glanced at the devil spirits disdainfully. Then, he went into the Yuanya world. He did not hide or run away. He just wanted to advance his devil marks in the Yuanya world. Once his devil marks advanced to the next level, he would be able to defeat all the devil spirits. What? Why did he run away again? How is this possible? No. He didn't run away. Everyone, look. The location of the phenomenon he triggered did not change. He is still hiding here. He didn't conceal himself. He must have hidden in some heavenly dwelling space. Damn it. If he hides in a heavenly dwelling space, are we supposed to wait for him outside? Let's destroy his heavenly dwelling space together. Rumble. Rumble. Rumble, the combined attacks of the 14 Void Refinement Realm Old Monsters split the water of the Devil Mist Pond into two halves. However, they did not notice that there was a heavenly dwelling at the bottom of the pond that had been destroyed. Even if Ning Fan really hides in a heavenly dwelling space, he should have been blasted out of it. Unfortunately, Ning Fan had hidden in a small kiliocosm which was of a higher level than a heavenly dwelling space. The joint attacks of the 14 old monsters could not blast him out. Damn it! He didn't hide in a heavenly dwelling space but a small kiliocosm. He actually has a small kiliocosm with him. I miscalculated. I didn't expect this brat to have a small kiliocosm. If he doesn't come out, we can only continue waiting here. The most despicable thing is that he even brought Su Yen into his small kiliocosm. If we can't enter his small kiliocosm and kill Su Yen, how are we going to report to General Shiemo? Shameless. How shameless. Hiding in a small kiliocosm when he can't defeat us is really too shameless. Each of the Void Refinement Realm Devil Spirits began to curse anxiously. Unfortunately, it seemed like the shameless one was not Ning Fan but these Void Refinement Realm Old Monsters. 14 Void Refinement Realm Devil Spirits led 10 million troops to besiege a half-step Void Refinement Realm Cultivator. Was this not considered shameless? 14 Void Refinement Realm Devil Spirits only dared to attack Ning Fan when his strength was greatly reduced. Was this not considered shameless? 10 million Devil Spirits arrived one after another and surrounded the Devil Mist Pond. The 14 Void Refinement Realm Devil Spirits were helpless. They could only wait for Ning Fan to show himself. Perhaps Ning Fan would hide in the Yuanya world for the rest of his life. Perhaps they would never be able to wait for him to come out. However, they still had to wait. As long as Ning Fan comes out, they were confident that they could make him die a graveless death. We will just wait here. Also, inform General Shiemo that Su Yen is already dead. Qian Gui ordered. What? Are we going to lie to General Shiemo? Su Yen is obviously not dead yet. What else can we do? Who wants Su Yen to enter his small kiliocosm? Who can kill her? Don't tell me you want to tell General Shimo the truth and let him know that the 15 of us Void Refinement Realm devil spirits failed to kill 2 people and even lost one of them? But, don't worry. We will just wait here. I don't believe that Su Yan and her little lover won't come out for the rest of their lives. Qian Gui's eyes turned grim. He ordered his men to build devil cities near the Devil Mist Pond. They were actually going to set up camp here. This group of old fools is really shameless. Chapter 478. A ray of light flashed and Ning Fan and Su Yan appeared in the Yuanya world. Ning Fan was trying his best to stabilize the devil qi in his body. Su Yan, on the other hand, was looking at the green coffin in front of her. She was slightly surprised. Medicine shop. Green coffin? Who is sleeping in this coffin? She wanted to ask him about it, but he did not have the intention to answer her at all. He directly pulled her towards the dark golden pagoda in the distance. The reason why I brought you into this world is just to hide from her for a while. You are not allowed to disturb her slumber. Ning Fan's tone was flat, but it left no room for refusal. Oh. Su Yan nodded, becoming more and more curious about the person sleeping in the coffin, but tactfully no longer asked. At the mention of the green coffin, Ning Fan's expression became serious. He no longer had the intention to tease her. Su Yan had the sixth sense of a woman. She could vaguely guess from Ning Fan's expression that the person in the coffin was a woman, and that woman was very important to Ning Fan. He cares so much about her. Is she his woman? Su Yan didn't even notice that when he was thinking about it, he looked a little envious of Mu Weiliang. The two of them directly entered the dark golden pagoda. At the moment they entered the pagoda, Ning Fan sealed the door of the pagoda to prevent Su Yan from running around in the Yuanya world and causing unnecessary trouble. This dark gold pagoda is a time cultivation magic treasure. At most, you can go up to the 4th floor and heal and cultivate at 1/16 of the time flow. Above the 5th floor, without my permission, you can't go up. Even if you go up, you won't be able to enjoy any time of cultivation. I want to go up to the 4th floor and above to solve the problem with my body. Once I've dealt with my physical problems, I'll take you out of this world. Wait for me here. As soon as he finished speaking, he left some pills for Su Yan and ascended to the 5th floor alone. A time cultivation magic treasure. I heard that some time ago, the Prince of Lanling had a conflict with the Ghost Eye clan. The Ghost Eye clan's slate and devil concubine were taken away, countless immortal jades and spirit herbs were lost, and one of the time cultivation pagoda of the Prince of Lanling was also lost. Could it be, this is the pagoda? Su Yan was greatly surprised. She guessed inwardly. Could it be that King Lanling and the Ghost Eye clan are fighting to the death because of Ning Fan? She had too many questions that she wanted to ask him. There were too many mysteries about him. The closer she got to him, the more she could not understand his true thoughts. Her heart was filled with mixed feelings. Now that she knew so many of Ning Fan's secrets, it would be very difficult for her to draw a clear line between them. According to the habits of devil cultivators, if someone found out about their secret, they would either search their soul and memories, kill them, plant a restriction on them and seal their mouth. I wonder how he is going to deal with me. Given the strength and means he displayed, he was able to escape from the hands of 15 Void Refinement Realm experts with ease. I am definitely not a match for him. Moreover, he has saved my life before. Even if he wants to plant a restriction on me and make me his slave, it would also be reasonable. He kept saying that I am his devil concubine and he is my master. In that case, he has long regarded me as one of his own, huh? It's just that I'm a dignified clan leader. Do I really have to become his devil concubine? I can't put down my face. Su Yan's thoughts became more and more complicated. She didn't like to be under others, but Ning Fan seemed to have become an exception. Too many things had happened today, causing her to feel uneasy. When she thought about how Ning Fan had triggered the heaven-shaking phenomenon and how unstable his physical condition was, she became a little worried about him again. Whether the rebellion is quelled or not, whether I can take my revenge or not, the Misthorn clan can no longer make me willingly give up everything to protect it. When I gave up everything for the Misthorn clan, it was my clansman who betrayed me. When I was on the verge of death, he was the one who saved me. If he can get through this calamity safely, what's the harm in me losing my face and becoming his devil concubine? I hope he'll be fine. On the 7th floor of the dark golden pagoda, the flow of time in the outside world was 1/128 of the speed of time. Ning Fan's devil marks were on the verge of advancing to the next level. As the fourth trace of devil chi entered his body bit by bit, his devil marks began to undergo a qualitative change. A vast aura force was faintly discernible inside Ning Fan's body. Mo Luo's blood was boiling inside his dantian. I want to break through to the golden body refining realm. Ning Fan's eyes flashed with determination. It was an aura force that would never turn back once he made up his mind. At the same time, in the devil world, the strongest world in the 9 worlds, a grand meeting was being held in the Ghost Palace. There were 1 sovereign of the Rain world, 3 sovereigns of the Sword world and 9 sovereigns of the Devil world. In the Devil world, there were 9 great devil sovereigns and also 9 great devil palaces which were similar to the Rain Palace. However, the strength of each of the palaces was incomparable to the Rain Palace. The Ghost Palace was one of the palaces and the Ghost Sovereign was one of the 9 sovereigns of the Devil world. In the extreme Ghost Country where the Ghost Palace was located, a grand meeting was being held. All the outstanding geniuses of the Devil world were trying to awaken their ancient devil bloodline in the extreme Ghost Country. The host of the event was the Ghost Sovereign. However, the other 8 devil sovereigns all came to the Ghost Palace to attend the event, including Moksha Sovereign. Other than the 9 devil sovereigns, countless forces in the Devil world also sent their people to the event in an attempt to recruit outstanding devil cultivators. The purpose of this grand meeting was to find devil cultivators whose devil bloodline was at the remnant grade and above. The cultivation system of the ancient devil race had already declined a long time ago. Unlike the demon race, they did not have a strict clan system. Bloodlines were the hardest to maintain. However, in the long river of time, there would occasionally be a few outstanding individuals who accidentally awakened the remnant grade or even the true grade of the ancient devil bloodline. The ancient devil bloodline was the same as the demon bloodline. It was divided into 5 grades: human devil with mortal blood, profound devil with remnant blood, true devil with true blood, king devil with king blood and ancestral devil with ancestral blood. Strictly speaking, the bloodline of all devil cultivators who practiced devil cultivation techniques could be classified as a human devil. They were all of ordinary bloodline. Once some outstanding devil cultivators awakened the remnant grade devil bloodline in this grand meeting, they would be recruited by the major forces. If someone awakened the true grade devil bloodline, they would be taken in as a disciple by the 9 great devil sovereigns and be taught the ultimate techniques of their lifetime. This was because the 9 great devil sovereigns were all true grade devil cultivators. Moksha Sovereign's devil bloodline had the highest potential. He was the devil cultivator whose bloodline was closest to the royal bloodline in the lower world. Because of this, he was favored by many great devils in the upper world. In the demon race, the true grade might not be that rare. However, in the devil race which had lost their bloodline, every possessor of the true grade bloodline would become a famous figure in the future. In the devil world in the lower world, there would only be 1 remnant grade devil cultivator among 1,000,000 devil cultivators. And only 1 among 1,000,000 remnant grade devil cultivators would be lucky enough to advance to the true grade. In the upper world of the devil world, the 9 great ancient devil abyss, true grade devil cultivators were as rare as phoenix feathers and unicorn horns. As for devil cultivators with royal bloodline, they would definitely become world-shaking devils after tens of thousands of years of arduous cultivation. To the devil world in the lower world, royal bloodline was an unattainable dream. To the 9 devil sovereigns, it was a great fortune to recruit a true grade disciple. Hence, it was worth it to nurture them with all their might. To recruit a remnant grade devil cultivator was also a wonderful thing as it could provide fresh blood for the various sovereigns. The blood codex is held once every 100 years. I wonder how many true grade devil cultivators will appear in this blood codex. I'm really looking forward to it. A devil sovereign with a ghostly aura said with an evil smile. He was the organizer of the blood codex, Ghost Sovereign. How many? Ghost Sovereign really likes to joke. The devil world in the lower world is not the devil abyss in the upper world. We don't have such a deep foundation. It's already very rare to have one true grade cultivator in 100 years. Another devil sovereign in blood armor shook his head disapprovingly. He was one of the 9 sovereigns, blood sovereign. Moksha sovereign kept his eyes closed and didn't say a word. The injuries he suffered in the past had already healed. With the help of the Nirvana devil veins, his cultivation base had improved a lot. He wasn't the strongest among the 9 sovereigns, but he was the one with the highest potential. He had his own pride. The young man who disobeyed him in 7 Apricot City in the past had already been forgotten by him. He felt that it was not worth mentioning. The only thing that was still fresh in his memory was that day when the young man was holding a sword sheath. It was just a trace of ancient sword chi, but it could actually injure him. That sword chi had a great origin. After Moksha Sovereign's investigation, he found out that it was the sword chi left behind by the sword ancestor of the sword world. The sword ancestor was a heaven-shaking figure. The power of the ancient sword chi he left behind was equivalent to a strike from Moksha Sovereign. When it fell into Ning Fan's hands, it displayed heaven-defying power. Moksha Sovereign found it hard to imagine why a harmonious spirit realm young man like Ning Fan would have such a precious protective sword chi. Who gave that sword chi to Ning Fan? It can't be given by the old devil. The old devil's storage pouch had long been lost in the upper world. He didn't bring any treasures from the upper world. Could it be given by the sword world? However, even the 3 sovereigns of the sword world would certainly regard this sword chi as a supreme treasure. It was impossible for them to give it away. This question had troubled Moksha Sovereign for countless years. The reason why he did not kill the old devil and Ning Fan on the spot was not only because he was ordered by the White Devil sect to let the old devil live, but also because he was afraid of the mastermind behind the sword sheath. Even in his dreams, Moksha Sovereign would never imagine that the sword sheath was given to Ning Fan by the little demoness of the Godly Void Pavilion on purpose. With the background of her Godly Void Pavilion, it was not too difficult for her to obtain such precious sword chi. Neither Moksha Sovereign nor Ning Fan knew that the little demoness had good intentions behind the sword sheath. She had already predicted that Moksha Sovereign would come after Ning Fan concocted the pill and the old devil recovered from his injuries. Thus, she used a trace of ancient sword chi and borrowed Ning Fan's hand to intimidate Moksha Sovereign. Moksha Sovereign had already forgotten what happened in the past. The current him only wanted to break through to the 6th heavenly layer of the void fragmentation realm as soon as possible. He did not care about anything else, including this so-called blood ceremony. At the venue of the blood ceremony, there were 9 gigantic devil statues that were worshipped by countless devil cultivators. They were the statues of the 9 great devil ancestors that were passed down from generation to generation. They were used to awaken the ancient devil bloodline for devil cultivators. At a certain moment, the 9 devil statues suddenly shook slightly and temporarily lost the ability to awaken the devil bloodline. As for the vast sky above the extreme ghost country, the sky suddenly cracked and a thick black liquid flowed out from it. It looked like black blood. All of a sudden, countless devil cultivators were shocked. The entire blood ceremony was forced to stop. Countless Gold Core Realm and Nascent Soul Realm cultivators looked at the sky in confusion. Countless Divine Transformation Realm and Void Refinement Realm old monsters raised their heads to look at the sky, vaguely guessing what was happening. However, they were so shocked that they could not speak a word. The 9 great devil sovereigns suddenly stood up. Even Moksha Sovereign widened his eyes and looked at the strange phenomenon in the sky with disbelief. The blue sky is dyed with devil blood. Moksha Sovereign could not help but be shocked. The phenomenon of the blue sky being dyed with devil blood rarely appeared. In the history of the devil race, every time such a phenomenon appeared, it must mean that something major had happened. When the phenomenon of the blue sky being dyed with devil blood appeared in front of the ancestral statues of the 9 great devil ancestors in the lower world, it had another meaning. This meaning was only known to the 9 sovereigns. In the 9 worlds of the lower world, there was a devil race with royal bloodline who was about to awaken their bloodline. Impossible. A mere lower world actually gave birth to a royal devil with royal bloodline. How is this possible? Blood Sovereign was shocked. Who is it? I must find this person and take him as my disciple. Ghost Sovereign was extremely excited. Everyone was guessing where and what kind of person was about to awaken the royal bloodline, whether he would succeed or fail. At this moment, in the strange phenomenon of the blue sky being dyed with devil blood, a huge shadow of a white-robed young man suddenly appeared. Only the back of the young man could be seen. His face could not be seen clearly. This figure made countless devil cultivators feel regretful. They could not figure out who this person was. However, this figure gave Moksha Sovereign an extremely strange sense of familiarity, as if he had seen it somewhere before. Moksha Sovereign felt a trace of uneasiness in his heart. He had cultivated the devil path for countless years and rarely had such a feeling of palpitation. He did not have the intention to find this person and take him as his disciple. In his heart, there was only a growing sense of uneasiness. This person. Who is he? I must have seen him somewhere before. Inadvertently, Moksha Sovereign's mind suddenly recalled a small matter. It was when he was punishing some ants in 7 Apricot City. Among those ants, there seemed to be a young man whose back was very similar to this white-robed young man. No, it can't be him. I won't even remember the name of that kind of ant, Moksha Sovereign sneered disdainfully. He sat back on his seat and closed his eyes to rest. That ant was just a harmonious spirit realm cultivator. If it wasn't for the ancient sword chi, Moksha Sovereign would not even bother to keep a trace of his memory. Those below the void fragmentation realm are all ants. That harmonious spirit junior will never be able to touch the corner of my clothes in his lifetime. He is not worth mentioning. Moreover, the appearance of this strange phenomenon only means that there might be a royal devil with royal bloodline in the 9 worlds. It doesn't mean that he will succeed. How rare are royal devils? How could they be born in the 9 worlds of the lower world? While Moksha Sovereign was talking to himself, the strange phenomenon of the blue sky being dyed with devil blood became more and more intense. It indicated that the devil cultivator who was breaking through to the royal bloodline was not far from success. Moksha Sovereign's eyes turned gloomy. He was the emperor with the number 1 bloodline in the lower world. If there was a devil cultivator who broke through to the royal bloodline in the lower world, didn't it mean that the person's bloodline had surpassed his? This person will never succeed. Moksha Sovereign's face turned ashen. He would not allow his position as the number 1 bloodline to be shaken. Boom! Under the blue sky, the strange phenomenon suddenly became more intense. All the black blood that came out from the blue sky converged into the white-robed shadow, causing the aura force of the white-robed young man to increase greatly. His devil aura was shocking. Countless devil cultivators felt a trace of deterrence from their bloodline from the shadow. Even the 9 emperors of the devil world felt that their bloodline was inferior. A ray of black light rushed out from the shadow of the white-robed young man. In an instant, the entire devil world was shaken. Above the sky, the sound of ancient devil scriptures chanting resounded. Countless devil cultivators exclaimed at this moment. Royal bloodline. This person has succeeded in breaking through to the royal bloodline. Asterisk bang. Asterisk Moksha Sovereign suddenly smashed the jade table and stood up in disbelief. A trace of unwillingness rose in his heart. There was actually someone in the lower world with a devil bloodline that surpassed his. How could this be possible? How could this be possible? This person is definitely not a devil cultivator in the lower world. He must be a devil from the upper world who came to the lower world to awaken his bloodline. Yes, it must be so. I will never believe that there is someone in the lower world with a devil bloodline that is above me. Ning Fan did not know how unwilling Moksha's sovereign was after the unusual phenomenon he caused spread to the devil world. At this moment, he was gradually refining the fourth trace of devil chi. His entire body was enveloped in golden light. He could attempt to break through to the golden body refining realm at any time. The devil marks on his back had completely advanced to the martial rank. It had 4 patterns which were giant devil, 6 wings, mist horn and ghost eye. Martial rank devil marks, Mo Luo devil marks. At the moment when his devil marks advanced to the martial rank, Ning Fan felt his bloodline burning. His devil bloodline had advanced to the 4th grade, King Devil bloodline. He did not know what kind of uproar he had caused when he attained the King Devil bloodline and became a King Devil bloodline. Ning Fan's mind was fully focused on breaking through to the golden body refining realm. He understood that Mo Luo devil marks alone were not enough. At the end of the day, devil marks and the art of engraving devil marks were just to imitate the ancient devil ancestral talismans. Nowadays, even if there were some devil cultivators who possessed remnant or true blood, none of them could be called ancient devils because they did not have devil talismans. As for ancestral talismans, they were the peak devil talismans that stood above all other devil talismans. Before I break through to the golden body refining realm, I must use the ancestral talisman blood refinement technique to cultivate Mo Luo devil marks into Mo Luo ancestral talisman. I will use the power of the ancestral talisman to refine Mo Luo's blood and use countless pills and heavenly ingredients and earthly treasures to build up my great Tao to the golden body refining realm. Moreover, this time, not only do I want to break through to the golden body refining realm, but I also want to use the power of the ancestral talisman to step onto the path of ancient devil cultivation and become an ancient devil. Since I, Ning Fan, am going to cultivate the devil path, I will become the strongest devil under the heavens. Before me, no devils can exist. After me, no devils can be born. If I want devils to be destroyed, the heavens must not exist. If I want devils to be born, the heavens must not exist. Refine. Ning Fan's hand seals suddenly changed. His mouth kept chanting the devil scripture on the 4 devil slates. All of a sudden, the 4 symbols devil marks on his back seemed to have come alive. They began to wriggle on Ning Fan's body. A round hole had already appeared on Ning Fan's chest. The wound was horrifying but no blood flowed out from it. That hole became bigger and bigger as if it was going to tear Ning Fan apart completely. An extremely thirsty and bloodthirsty feeling flowed out from Ning Fan's body, making his eyes turn blood red. Blood. I am an ancient devil. Only blood can fill up the hole in my physical body and retrieve the lost glory of the devil race. I want blood. Give me blood. Ning Fan's eyes turned blood red. The moment he uttered those words, the strange phenomenon of devil blood dyeing the blue sky became unprecedentedly intense. Countless amounts of black blood emerged from the sky and turned into devil chi, flowing into Ning Fan's body. It looked extremely strange. At the center of Ning Fan's right palm, a strange dark golden talisman formed a gigantic vortex. As it condensed bit by bit, it gave off energy waves that became stronger and stronger, the ancestral devil talisman. Chapter 479. The demonic blood dyed the blue sky, tearing apart the heavens and plundering the blood of the heavens. The black blood turned into black chi and seeped into Ning Fan's body. The golden black devil talisman in his palm emitted rays of dazzling black light. The palm-sized devil talisman had black shadows of devil mountains dancing on it. The diagram of the devil talisman finally condensed into an ancient talisman with the diagram of a devil mountain, emitting an ancient aura. One of the 9 great ancestral symbols, the Mara ancestral symbol. With a thought, the ancestral talisman seeped into Ning Fan's skin and went into his body. With a thought, he summoned the ancestral talisman again. The chanting of the devil scripture gradually stopped in Ning Fan's ears. His eyes were blank as he stared at the devil talisman which was still warm on his palm. Some incomplete memories gradually appeared in his sea of consciousness. They were the memories that he obtained from the heavenly blood. The 9 great demon ancestors possessed 9 great ancestral talismans, and they controlled the power of the 9 luminaries in the world. The Mo Luo ancestral talisman that he condensed was the Mo Luo ancestral talisman. It controlled the power of Earth. The power of Earth was known for its heaven-defying defense. If one used the Mo Luo ancestral talisman to refine demonic blood and cultivate demonic arts, the growth of one's physical defense would far surpass that of a body cultivator of the same level. This ancestral talisman was Ning Fan's natal devil talisman. To the ancient demons, the devil sign was a prerequisite to cultivating the ancient demon body technique. The physical divine powers of the ancient demons were far more powerful than the physical divine powers of the current era. They were called devil martial arts. The execution of the devil martial body technique did not consume magic power, but the ancient devil bloodline essence qi. A truly powerful ancient devil could suppress mountains and rivers with just a wisp of his essence energy. Using essence qi to display the devil martial body technique, the power was terrifying. Ordinary demons couldn't cultivate essence qi. Only ancient demons with devil talismans could refine the medicinal power of natural treasures into essence qi and store it in their bodies. The divine race cultivated magical power, and cultivated the world outside their bodies. The devil race cultivated their bodies, cultivating the world inside their bodies. Ning Fan took out a 4th revolution body sculpting pill. After consuming it, he activated his ancestral talisman to refine its medicinal power. All of the medicinal power turned into a trace of essence qi that resembled a black bloodline and flowed into his physical body. His body, which was not weak to begin with, became even stronger after absorbing a wisp of essence qi. The total energy of a single wisp of essence qi was equivalent to a cultivator's magic power for 60 years. After extracting a trace of essence qi, Ning Fan could be said to have officially stepped onto the great Tao of ancient devil cultivation. 1 unit of essence qi instantly raised his ancient devil realm to the 4th level of blood refinement realm, which was equivalent to the harmonious spirit realm and the 4th level of silver light body refinement realm. Of course, the 4th level blood refining realm was definitely stronger than the 4th level silver light realm. Ning Fan did not continue to increase his cultivation base. Instead, he wore a thoughtful expression. He was about to break through to the golden body refinement realm. The golden body refinement realm corresponded to the ancient devil's reckless devil realm. However, the reckless devil realm was much more powerful than the golden body refinement realm of the same level. In ancient times, the combat strength of a brute devil far exceeded that of a golden body cultivator. A gold body refinement realm cultivator could already put up a fight against a void refinement realm cultivator of the same level. Moreover, the strength of a reckless devil realm cultivator was definitely much higher than that of a void refinement realm cultivator of the same level. During the era of the ancient devils, countless reckless devils relied on the strength of their physical bodies to kill void refinement realm experts as if they were slaughtering dogs. Ning Fan pondered for a moment. Breaking through to the golden body refining realm was definitely not as powerful as breaking through to the reckless devil realm. However, he still needed to break through to the golden body refining realm. After attaining the golden body refining realm, he would borrow the power of the ancestral talisman to transform all the power of the golden body refining realm into essence qi. Then, he would transform into an ancient devil at the same level as him. With that, his combat power would certainly increase tremendously. Before becoming a reckless devil, the first step was to break through to the golden body realm. In order to attain the golden body realm today, I have made a lot of preparations. Today, I must attain the golden body realm. First of all, I need to consume pills that can increase my success rate. After keeping the ancestral talisman into his body, Ning Fan patted his storage pouch and took out many pills. There were revered devil pills, devil rearing pills and golden body 6 revolutions pills. All of them were pills that could increase the success rate of attaining the golden body realm. After consuming the pills one by one, as their medicinal power spread, Ning Fan's body was covered in golden light once again. 100 golden orifices slowly emerged in his body to absorb the power of the golden light. The emergence of 100 golden orifices meant that Ning Fan had completed the first step of attaining the golden body realm. The second step was to consume enough heavenly ingredients and earthly treasures to accumulate enough energy to fill all of his golden orifices. Then, he could attain the golden body realm in one go. Ning Fan took out a jade bottle which contained a drop of sovereign beast core blood. That drop of blood was obtained from Shirkuan. It contained all the power of a sovereign beast's demon core. He crushed the jade bottle and consumed the sovereign beast core blood. A wave of ferocious desolate chi spread out from his body like a ferocious beast. The massive power of the sovereign beast core blood made Ning Fan's physical body expand. Refine. Traces of the sovereign beast core blood's power were refined into the golden orifices in his body. Eventually, all of them were filled. The golden light around Ning Fan's body became denser and denser. He could attain the golden body realm at any time. However, this was still not enough. For traces of devil chi, refine. For traces of power came out from the devil marks and went into his golden orifices. One by one, golden orifices began to form in Ning Fan's body. As the number of golden orifices increased, Ning Fan's physical body became stronger and stronger. The number of golden orifices in his body had reached 300. He had already broken through the standard of the second level of the golden body realm. At this moment, Ning Fan suddenly opened his eyes. The bottleneck of the golden body realm that he had been suppressing for a long time was forcefully broken through at this moment. His entire body was covered in golden light, making him look like a golden man. His chi rose steadily and he broke through the first level of the golden body realm. Then, he broke through again and attained the second level of the golden body realm. The second level of the golden body realm allowed him to fight against a void inquiry stage expert with his physical body. After attaining the second level of the golden body realm, Ning Fan did not have the intention to relax at all. Instead, his expression became unprecedentedly solemn. This time, he was not prepared to break through to the golden body realm. He wanted to transform the power of the golden body realm into the essence chi of an ancient devil. Ancestral talisman, appear. Ning Fan changed his hand seal and countless strange devil runes immediately appeared on his pure golden body. Traces of golden light were transformed into black blood threads by the devil runes. They carried a dark golden luster and went into Ning Fan's body. In the blink of an eye, the golden power within the golden aperture was completely transformed into dark golden flesh power. The number of essence chi in Ning Fan's body was increasing at a slow speed. 1 armor, 2 armor. 5 armor. After the time it takes for an incense stick to burn, Ning Fan had transformed 5 units of essence chi and broke through to the 7th level of the blood refinement realm, which was comparable to the gold core realm. 10 units. 20 units. 50 units. After 4 hours, Ning Fan had transformed 50 units of essence chi and broke through to the bone talisman realm, which was comparable to the nascent soul realm. 100 units, 500 units. 10,000 units. After 1 month, Ning Fan had transformed 10,000 units of essence chi and broke through to the jade blood realm, which was comparable to the divine transformation realm. 50,000 units, 100,000 units, 1 million units. 4 million units. 10 years had passed and Ning Fan had transformed 4 million units of essence chi. All of the essence chi accumulated in his body was equivalent to the total power of the second level of the golden body realm. During the process of transforming his essence chi, Ning Fan sat like a statue for 10 years. His body was covered with dust. His essence chi was clearly enough to break through to the mid-reckless devil realm. However, he still lacked a chance to break through to that legendary realm. His mind entered a vast and boundless void. In that void, there was a gigantic devil mountain. At the foot of the mountain was a wild wasteland continent that floated in the void. At the foot of the devil mountain, there was an ancient and dilapidated monument. 3 damaged ancient words were carved on it using Gu Tuo runes, Devil Conferral Summit. On the Devil Mountain, there was a flight of bluestone stairs that led straight to the peak of the Devil Clouds. This place was the Devil Conferral Summit. It was the place where the ancient devils were sealed. Only the ancient devils who possessed the devil talisman could reach this place with a trace of their consciousness when they are breaking through to the reckless devil realm and complete the test here. The existence of this Devil Conferral Summit was like a sea of clouds. The Sea of Clouds was the place where cultivators could carve their names at the divine transformation realm. As for the Devil Conferral Summit, it was the lost broken world where the reckless devil realm was conferred. I didn't expect that when I break through to the reckless devil realm, a trace of my consciousness would actually arrive at the legendary sacred ground of the ancient devils, the Devil Conferral Summit. Ning Fan remained silent for a while. He had read similar information from the devil scripture on the slate. When an ancient devil breaks through to the reckless devil realm, they must go to the Devil Conferral Summit to take the test. If they perform well in the test, they could even be rewarded by the Devil Conferral Summit. Some ancient devils obtained devil weapons on the Devil Conferral Summit. Some obtained devil cultivation techniques and devil martial arts, while some obtained devil pills and devil medicines. The Devil Conferral Summit was the place where the ancient devils were tested. It was also the place that was bestowed to them. No one knew who left it here. Ning Fan stood at the foot of the Devil Mountain. After a long time, he finally took his first step towards the mountain. As soon as he took his first step, 12 dark golden ancient devils suddenly descended from the sky, blocking his path. Halt your steps. If you want to go to the Devil Conferral Summit, you must first pass the 3 stages of Devil Conferral. This is the first stage of the test. Each of the 12 dark golden giants had an early reckless devil realm devil body cultivation base. They were not living beings. Instead, they were phantoms that were formed by magic techniques. It was unknown how long they had existed in this place. What is the test? Ning Fan raised his head, ignoring the powerful aura force of the 12 giants. Show us your devil blood. Devils whose bloodline is lower than the true devil bloodline, get lost from the Devil Conferral Summit. Each of the 12 giants was an ancient devil with true bloodline. The devil might of 12 traces of true bloodline was comparable to the combined bloodline aura force of 12 moksha sovereigns. It was enough to kill any divine transformation realm cultivator. Facing such a powerful bloodline devil might, even one of the 9 sovereigns of the devil world would not be able to withstand it. Ning Fan's eyes were cold. He was not afraid of the bloodline aura force of the 12 giants at all. He took a step forward. The aura force of a king devil with royal bloodline soared into the sky, causing the 12 giants to spurt out blood and fall back. They stared at Ning Fan in disbelief. It's actually a king devil with royal bloodline. Destroy. Ning Fan fully unleashed his devil might. The illusory devil might turned into 12 gigantic fists and landed on the chests of the giants, which were equally illusory. At the next moment, all 12 giants turned into pieces and dissipated. Ning Fan had passed the first stage of the Devil Conferral Summit. At the moment when Ning Fan passed the first stage, a ray of black light shot out from the Devil Mountain. It turned into an ancient black sandalwood box and landed on Ning Fan's palm. This black sandalwood box was Ning Fan's reward for passing the first stage of the Devil Conferral Summit. It was a reward from the Devil Mountain on the Devil Conferral Summit. Ning Fan opened the wooden box. Inside it was a piece of black crystal which was filled with dense devil chi. There was a magic technique inherited in the crystal. When Ning Fan touched the crystal with his finger, it immediately shattered. Then, an ancient voice resounded in Ning Fan's sea of consciousness, transmitting countless information to him. Ning Fan's expression changed. In an instant, he had learned a secret technique of the ancient devil race with the reward of the first stage. The ancient devil Dao, void teleportation. It's different from the divine race. The ancient devil race uses essence chi to teleport and not magic power. However, their speed is definitely not inferior to the divine race. He activated his essence chi and countless black strands of smoke coiled around his body. With a chi sound, he turned into smoke and disappeared. The smoke strands flew all the way to the peak of the Devil Mountain at an unbelievable speed. When they had flown to 1/3 of the mountain's height, a gigantic black palace appeared on the mountainside in front of them. Outside the palace, there were only 8 ancient devil giants who were guarding it. All of them were at the early reckless devil realm. However, the chi of each of these 8 giants was much stronger than the giants at the foot of the mountain. Outside the black palace, there was a devil stele with the words Devil Talisman Palace written on it. When the 8 giants saw Ning Fan ascending the Devil Conferral Summit, all of them shouted with thunderous voices. Stop right there. In order to ascend the Devil Conferral Summit, you need to pass the 3 stages of the Devil Conferral Summit. This is the second stage of the test. How do we test it? With your Devil Talisman, devour the remnant talismans in the Devil Talisman Palace. After devouring 8 remnant talismans, you can pass the second stage. ****, just as the 8 giants' voices fell, devil winds suddenly blew in the surroundings. Ning Fan raised his palm and a black golden devil talisman emitted a vast devil might, stirring up the wind and clouds. As soon as the 8 giants saw Ning Fan's devil talisman, their expressions changed drastically. A ancestral talisman. It's actually the Mo Luo ancestral talisman. Chapter 480. When the 8 giants saw Ning Fan holding the ancestral talisman, their eyes were filled with reverence. All of a sudden, they made way for him. As the guards of the Demon Conferral Peak, they had always been arrogant. However, they did not dare to show any disrespect towards an ancestral symbol wielder. Please enter the palace to take the second test. Yes. Ning Fan nodded his head indifferently. He pushed open the gates of the Devil Talisman Palace and walked into the palace. The palace was vast and boundless. It was pitch black, and there was a faint smell of blood in the air. The moment Ning Fan entered the palace, the doors of the palace suddenly closed on their own. Countless dark red lights lit up in all directions. This was a huge copper palace made of black copper. Countless red copper palace lanterns stood on both sides of the copper palace. The lanterns were burning with lipid-like lamp oil, and the smell of blood was coming from the lamp oil. Inside the copper palace, there were a total of 108 high platforms with 108 thrones. On every throne, there was a statue of a giant that was more than 15,000 zhang tall. They wore black armor, and their chests were inlaid with damaged devil symbols. Each and every one of them was damaged beyond repair, yet they still contained a vast amount of essence chi. Ning Fan roughly estimated that if he devours a broken talisman, he would be able to increase his essence chi by at least 10,000 units. Ning Fan could see that as long as he revealed his intention to seize the remnant talisman, those giant stone statues sitting on the thrones would come to life and attack him. Each of the giants here was at least at the early stage reckless devil realm. The second stage of the demon sealing stage required him to devour at least 8 remnant talismans, which meant that he had to kill at least 8 giants, which would increase his essence energy by at least 80,000 units. If he swallowed all 108 incomplete talismans, then he would be able to increase his vital essence by 1.08 million units, which was equivalent to the total vital essence of an early stage reckless devil. The second test is both a test and a fortuitous opportunity. The Devil Conferral Summit was the sacred ground for rewarding and testing newly advanced reckless devils. If you want to obtain the highest devil bestowment, then you must bring out your strongest strength. Ning Fan took a step forward and his body shone with millions of rays of dark golden light. The power of his golden body had yet to completely transform into the power of the reckless devil, but he still retained his physical body of the second level of the golden body realm. Why would he be afraid of a group of early reckless devils? He walked straight to one of the thrones, intending to snatch the remnant talisman. Sensing Ning Fan's approach, countless stone chips peeled off from the giant statue's body. It suddenly stood up and emitted a heaven-shaking aura force. The giant took a step forward, and the entire copper palace began to shake. He waved his huge demonic palm, and the essence energy in his huge body soared into the sky, turning into layers of demonic clouds that covered the sky. His palm slammed down on Ning Fan's head. The 10,000 zhang palm imprint pressed down, shattering the surrounding space. Its destructive power was far stronger than the full-force attack of an ordinary void glimpse stage cultivator. Ancient Devil Dao, Execution Devil Palm, First Seal. This was a type of devil martial body technique that was displayed by the giant. Even though it only had the first layer of palm imprint, its power was much stronger than a low-grade mortal void body technique. Ning Fan activated his right devil eye and observed all the essence chi flowing within the giant's body. Imitating the movements of a giant, Zhang Xian thrust his palm toward the sky as well. He had secretly learned the giant body art. Ancient Devil Dao, Execution Devil Palm, First Seal. Boom! The two devil palm imprints collided with each other. The giant's palm imprint crumbled, but Ning Fan's palm imprint did not lose its momentum at all. All of a sudden, it pressed down on the giant's body, smashing it into countless stone fragments. After all, the giant was just an early reckless devil realm expert, while Ning Fan was a body cultivator at the second level of the golden body refining realm. An early reckless devil realm giant was definitely not a match for him. Chi. After Ning Fan killed the first giant, the remnant talisman embedded in the giant's body floated in front of him. Ning Fan raised his palm and activated the ancestral talisman in his palm. After devouring the remnant talisman, the essence chi in his body instantly increased by 10,000 units. Next, it's the second giant. Ning Fan took a step towards the second throne. However, this time, two giants stood up from the thrones at the same time and attacked Ning Fan at the same time. Ancient Devil Dao, Execution Devil Palm, Second Seal. Ancient Devil Dao, Execution Devil Palm, Third Seal. Two gigantic palm imprints were sent out by the giants and they pressed down on Ning Fan. The devil stars in Ning Fan's right eye flashed continuously. He thrust out both of his palms at the same time, secretly learning the palm imprints of the two giants. Ancient Devil Dao, Execution Devil Palm, Second Seal and Third Seal. Boom Boom. Ning Fan was a dignified body refinement expert at the second level of the golden body refining realm. Why would he be afraid of two early reckless devil realm experts? His palm imprints directly shattered the two giants' palms. Moreover, the remaining force did not diminish and shattered the two giants into pieces. The two remnant talismans flew out and were devoured by Ning Fan. Another 20,000 units of essence chi were added to his body. Ning Fan did not continue to challenge the giants. Instead, he stared at the fourth throne in silence. In the first challenge, there was only one giant who came out to challenge him. The second challenge was against two giants. If Ning Fan's prediction was correct, there would be more giants who would come out to challenge him in the third challenge. Moreover, there would be more giants each time. Moreover, Ning Fan had a hunch that every reckless devil stone statue in this place was proficient in different palm imprints. If there were only one or two early reckless devil stone statues, Ning Fan would not be afraid. However, if a group of giants swarmed him at the same time, he would not underestimate them. Lightning Armor, appear. With the protection of the primordial lightning armor, Ning Fan's defensive power increased tremendously. He circulated his lightning art to repair the slight damage on his lightning armor. With a complete set of lightning armor, he was like a golden god. It was enough to deal with all the changes in this place. He took a step towards the fourth throne. As he expected, this time, 4 giants stood up at the same time. Ancient Devil Dao, Execution Devil Palm, 4th Seal. 5th Seal. 6th Seal. 7th Seal. 4 giants and 4 palm imprints attacked Ning Fan at the same time. Each of the palm imprints was powerful enough to severely injure a void glimpse stage expert. Even a void inquiry stage expert would be injured by the joint attack of 4 palm imprints. Ning Fan's eyes flashed. As expected, he was right. There would be more and more giants and the palm imprints of each of them would be different. Ning Fan did not take even half a step back. The devil star in his right eye flashed intensely and he learned the 4 palm imprints. He struck out both of his palms at the same time and delivered the 4th and 5th palm imprints to 2 of the giants, killing them. With the powerful defense of his lightning armor, he forcefully withstood the attacks of the other two giants. Boom! Amidst the smoke and dust, Ning Fan's golden armor remained undamaged. The joint attack of two palm imprints could not break the defense of his lightning armor. He raised his palms again and delivered the sixth and seventh palm imprints, killing the remaining two giants. He raised his hand and activated the power of the ancestral talismans, devouring the remnant talismans of the four giants. His essence chi increased by 40,000 units. His eyes scanned across the eighth throne and he vaguely guessed the pattern of the increase in the number of giants who would fight him. There would be one person challenging him once, 2 people challenging him twice, 4 people challenging him thrice and 8 people challenging him 4 times. I can still fight against 8 early reckless Devil Realm experts. Ning Fan turned into smoke with a single step and approached the eighth throne. What he used was the void teleportation technique. Stone chips fell from the 8 stone statues. The 8 giants suddenly stood up and attacked Ning Fan with their palm imprints. Ancient Devil Dao, Execution Devil Palm, 8th Palm Imprint. 9th Palm Imprint. 10th Palm Imprint. 15th Palm Imprint. There were so many palm imprints. Even Ning Fan's Mo Luo I could not learn all of them at once. Even though he had the lightning armor, he was unwilling to take on 8 palm imprints at the same time. The combined attack of these 8 palm imprints was not any weaker than King Yinglong's attack. Even if they could not break his lightning armor, they would at least cause some cracks on it. 8 black burning wings, appear. 8 massive black fire wings suddenly appeared on Ning Fan's back. Originally, the speed of the 8 black burning wings was already comparable to a void inquiry stage expert. After Ning Fan mastered the void teleportation technique and integrated it into the black wings, his speed had surpassed the void inquiry stage and reached the void pierce stage. A faint fiery light flashed and Ning Fan had already disappeared into the distance. He avoided 7 of the palm imprints and only got hit by one of them. His lightning armor easily neutralized the power of the palm imprint. During this confrontation, Ning Fan had learned another 4 types of palm imprints. His eyes flashed with killing intent. He dashed towards the 8th giant at an unimaginable speed and directly pressed his palm on the giant's head. As soon as he exerted his palm force, the powerful giant who had an early reckless Devil Realm cultivation base was directly shattered into pieces. Countless hollow space was shattered by the residual force of his palm force. The remaining 7 giants continued to launch attacks at Ning Fan with empty eyes. This time, Ning Fan activated his Devil Eye and learned the remaining 4 types of palm imprints one by one. He could already tell that the execution Devil Palm was divided into countless palm imprints. Each of the palm imprints could be overlapped and fused together. The destructive power of a single palm imprint was equivalent to a low-grade mortal void body technique. If 15 palm imprints are fused together, its destructive power would be equivalent to a mid-grade mortal void body technique, which was much stronger than King Yinglong's moon-tearing dragon technique. Traces of enlightenment rose in Ning Fan's mind. He suddenly sent out a palm strike. The light of 15 layers of palm imprints rose above his palm. His essence chi rapidly flowed into his palm. Ancient Devil Dao, Execution Devil Palm. The destructive power of Ning Fan's palm strike was far beyond the palm imprints of ordinary giants. It was a combination of 15 layers of palm imprints. This palm strike was comparable to a mid-grade mortal void body technique. When it was displayed by Ning Fan, even ordinary void inquiry stage old monsters would not be able to withstand it. This palm strike was the first time that it triggered a strange phenomenon in heaven and earth. When Ning Fan sent out his palm imprints, the shadows of countless ancient devils appeared behind him. All of them kowtowed to Ning Fan at the same time. Countless devil roars shook heaven and earth. Boom! The joint attack of the 7 giants was shattered by Ning Fan's palm strike. Countless hollow space was forcefully shattered. After the residual force of the palm strike broke the joint attack of the 7 giants, it continued to press down on the remaining 7 giants. 3 of them died under his palm strike while 4 of them were severely injured. Ning Fan did not show any mercy. He sent out another palm strike and instantly killed 4 giants. However, half of the essence chi in his body had been consumed. After devouring the remnant talismans of the 8 giants, Ning Fan looked inside his body and took a deep breath. This execution devil palm was truly an extremely domineering devil martial technique. Not only was it powerful, but it also consumed a large amount of essence chi. This was just the combination of 15 palm imprints and it already consumed so much power. If I learn all of the palm imprints and combine them into one, what grade would this palm strike reach? It would probably exhaust all of my essence chi, wouldn't it? Ning Fan did not go to challenge the 16th throne. Instead, he sat cross-legged in the Copper Palace, consumed a devil pill and adjusted his essence chi. In the second stage of the devil sealing test, one would only need to obtain 8 remnant talismans to pass the test. Ning Fan had already obtained 15 remnant talismans. If he leaves the Devil Talisman Palace now, he would immediately pass the test. However, he did not plan to leave just like that. Instead, he tried to obtain more opportunities. Each remnant talisman was equivalent to 10,000 units of essence chi. Every time he killed a giant, he would be able to learn one more type of palm imprint. Ning Fan tried to kill all of the giants and obtain all the remnant talismans in order to learn the complete execution devil palm. If he succeeds in learning this devil palm, it would be the first devil martial technique that he learns. It would be even more powerful than the moon-tearing dragon technique. 3 days later, Ning Fan's essence chi recovered to its peak state. He suddenly rose to his feet and walked towards the 16th throne to face the 16 giants. Another 3 days passed. Ning Fan went through a fierce battle and adjusted his breathing again. Then, he walked towards the 32nd throne to face the 32nd giants. 5 days later, Ning Fan walked towards the 64th throne to face the last 45 giants. No one knew what kind of bloody battle Ning Fan had gone through. Another 4 days passed. Half a month had passed since Ning Fan entered the Devil Talisman Palace. Inside the Devil Talisman Palace, there were only 108 empty thrones and stone fragments scattered all over the ground. Ning Fan's face was pale. There were countless wounds on his body. Even his lightning armor had been shattered. Even though he had used all of his techniques, it was inevitable for him to sustain heavy injuries when fighting against so many giants. He used the heaven-deceiving cloak to conceal himself and the Black Star technique to heal his wounds. Time after time, he went invisible and launched sneak attacks, gradually killing all of the giants. Each of the giants only knew one type of palm imprint. They did not know how to see through the concealment technique. After Ning Fan went invisible, all of the giants returned to their thrones, giving Ning Fan a chance to recuperate. Only then did he manage to eliminate all of them. Currently, Ning Fan's body contained the power of 108 remnant talismans. The total amount of essence chi in his body had exceeded 5 million units. The standard for the early Void Refinement Realm magic power and the standard for the early Reckless Devil Realm magic power were both 1 million units. The standard for the Mid-Void Refinement Realm and the Mid-Reckless Devil Realm magic power were 3 million units. The standard for the Late Reckless Devil Realm magic power was 10 million units while the standard for the Peak Reckless Devil Realm magic power was 20 million units. 5 million units of essence chi was equivalent to half of the Late Reckless Devil Realm magic power. Ning Fan had only slaughtered in the Devil Talisman Palace for half a month and his essence chi had increased by 1 million units. It was definitely a great harvest. One should know that even the blood wine that Ning Fan brewed with great effort could only increase his magic power by a few 100,000 units. The Devil Conferral Summit was indeed the holy land of ancient devils. In this place, as long as you perform well in the test, you would be able to obtain heaven-defying rewards. Other than the improvement of his ancient devil cultivation base, Ning Fan had also learned the complete execution palm imprint after killing the 108 giants. There were a total of 108 palm imprints. When all the palm imprints were superimposed, their destructive power was comparable to a high-grade mortal void devil martial technique. Moreover, since this body technique was a devil martial technique, its destructive power was naturally much stronger than body techniques. Moreover, it was not just a little bit stronger. An ordinary high-grade mortal void body technique was certainly not as powerful as a devil martial technique of the same level. Execution Devil Palm. This technique is extremely powerful. It's enough to instantly kill King Yinglong. However, with my essence chi, which is over 5 million units, I can only use this palm technique once and all of my essence chi will be exhausted. The essence chi of an ancient devil can't be increased by using the soul extraction technique or a secret technique. If I don't have enough essence chi to use this palm technique multiple times, I can only keep this palm technique as my trump card and use it at a critical moment. Ning Fan shook his head with slight regret. If he had enough essence chi to use this technique, he would only need to use it 7 times in a row to instantly kill the 7 void inquiry stage devil spirits in the Misthorn broken world. If he only had the power of a single palm technique, he would not be able to use it easily. However, with his current strength, he could still use other techniques such as the moon-tearing dragon technique. Thus, he was not afraid of any void inquiry stage devil spirits. I wonder what the reward for the second test will be. Ning Fan had obtained the remnant talisman and the execution devil palm with his own strength. They were not considered as the reward for the second test. Before Ning Fan leaves the Devil Talisman Palace, there should be other rewards. With a thought in his mind, a ray of black light suddenly appeared in the Devil Talisman Palace and floated in front of Ning Fan. It was another black sandalwood box. Inside this wooden box was also a black crystal. Ning Fan sensed that the inheritance inside the crystal seemed to be some kind of devil martial cultivation method. Ning Fan was greatly surprised. He did not expect that the reward for the second test would be a devil martial cultivation method. He could not help but feel a little disappointed. Compared to devil martial cultivation methods, he was more interested in obtaining some precious devil pills and devil medicines to improve his essence chi and cultivation base. In the first test, Ning Fan had obtained the void teleportation technique of the ancient devil race. It was quite useful. As for the second test, Ning Fan had already learned the execution devil palm. He did not lack devil martial cultivation methods for the time being. If he is given another type of devil martial cultivation method, it would seem a little useless. Forget it. Let's see what level of devil martial cultivation method it is. With my achievement of killing 108 giants, even if the reward is a devil martial cultivation method, it won't be too bad. When Ning Fan's finger touched the crystal, it broke into pieces. Then, an ancient voice resounded in his sea of consciousness. In the beginning, Ning Fan did not have much expectations for this devil martial cultivation method. However, after receiving the inheritance of this devil martial cultivation method, his eyes gradually revealed a hint of astonishment. The reward of the second test should not be underestimated. It was exactly what he wanted. The devil martial cultivation method of the ancient devil race, the killing technique. When fighting against an enemy, every time you kill someone, you can extract the blood essence from the victim's body to replenish your essence chi. The higher the cultivation base of the person you kill, the more essence chi you can replenish. In the ancient devil race, this technique is a great ability that is comparable to the soul extraction technique. Ning Fan could not help but be astonished. This technique was indeed too heaven-defying. The soul extraction technique could extract the souls of heaven and earth to increase the upper limit of magic power. The killing technique could recover essence chi in the process of killing. The more people you kill, the more essence chi you recover. Even in ancient times, not every member of the ancient devil race knew this ability. Today, it was unknown how many people still knew this secret technique. At least, Ning Fan was sure that there was no devil race that was proficient in this technique in the 9 worlds of the lower world. As for the 9 great ancient devil abysses in the upper world, perhaps there were some powerful devil races that knew this technique. Now that Ning Fan had learned this heaven-defying devil martial cultivation method, he did not need to worry about not having enough essence chi no matter how many enemies there are. As long as the ancient devil race was strong enough, no matter how many enemies there were, they would just be courting death. With the killing technique, Ning Fan did not need to worry about not having enough essence chi after using the execution devil palm. He just needed to kill people to replenish his essence chi. The reward of the second test was exactly what Ning Fan wanted. He calmly walked out of the Devil Talisman Palace. The 8 giants of the reckless Devil clan who were standing outside the palace stared at Ning Fan as if they had seen a ghost. They knew everything that Ning Fan had done in the Devil Talisman Palace. They could not imagine that Ning Fan had actually obtained 108 remnant talismans and killed 108 giants with his own strength. Even if these 8 early reckless Devil Clan giants attacked him together, they would definitely not be a match for Ning Fan alone. What shocked them the most was that the reward that Ning Fan obtained was actually the killing technique. Each of them was extremely shocked and they cried out involuntarily. The killing technique is one of the 9 great forbidden techniques that the master strictly forbade from teaching to outsiders when he was still alive. He rarely bestowed it to the reckless Devil Clan. Why would he teach it to this young man today? Could it be that the master really appreciates this young man? Master? Ning Fan's eyes indifferently swept across the 8 giants and fell into deep thought. The master that the 8 giants mentioned was most likely the senior expert who founded the Devil Conferral Summit. The era where the Devil Conferral Summit existed was even before the 9 great devil ancestors. That senior was probably someone who was even stronger than Great Emperor Mo Luo. However, judging from the 2 words when he was still alive that the giants mentioned, that senior who possessed heaven-shaking means had already passed away and was no longer alive. Ning Fan could not help but feel a little disappointed. The 9 great devil ancestors had all been suppressed for tens of thousands of years. The senior of the devil race who founded the Devil Conferral Summit had also ceased to exist a long time ago. Most of the ancient devils had also gone extinct. No one knew how many years had it been since an ancient devil had entered the Devil Conferral Summit. The first step of cultivation was for longevity. The second step was for the truth of the Tao. However, what was after the truth of the Tao? All the pursuits would eventually turn into dust and disappear. All the false reputations would eventually cease to exist. Humans were strange living beings. They always pursued illusory things while neglecting the important things around them. Sure enough, instead of pursuing illusory things like longevity and the truth of the Tao on the path of cultivation, it would be better to seize the present and protect the peace and happiness of this moment. Ning Fan's eyes were calm. Throughout his path of cultivation, he did not seek longevity nor did he seek to dominate the world. All he wanted was to hold on to the warmth that flowed away from his palm. At this moment, his eyes carried a kind of carefreeness that came from the bottom of his heart. He was not bound by righteousness or evil, gods or devils. He was not bound by the truth of the Tao of longevity. Compared to countless powerful cultivators who only cared about personal gains, he was much more indifferent. He was closer to the great Tao of inaction. When the 8 giants saw Ning Fan's current gaze, all of them were stunned. The carefree temperament in his eyes was too similar to that of their former master. Their tone towards Ning Fan unconsciously became a little more respectful. Please continue to ascend to the summit and accept the 3rd test. Ning Fan nodded his head. His figure turned into a wisp of smoke and continued to float to a higher place using the void teleportation technique. This time, there were no more giants blocking his way all the way to the summit of the clouds. Occasionally, the shadows of the giants who were on guard duty along the way became respectful when they saw Ning Fan's arrival. Obviously, they knew that Ning Fan possessed the royal bloodline and ancestral talisman. Moreover, he had killed 108 reckless devil giants in a row. At the highest point of the Devil Conferral Summit, there was a sea of blood with black mist floating in the void. Ning Fan stood above the sea of blood. This place was the highest point of the Devil Conferral Summit. It was also the place where the 3rd test would take place. However, this time, there were no giants to explain the process of the test to Ning Fan. At the moment when Ning Fan arrived, the sea of blood suddenly churned with countless blood bubbles. A carp that was as black as ink suddenly leaped out of the sea of blood. With a shake of its body, it turned into a handsome man in black robes. I will be the host of the third test. I will fight against you with the same level of strength as you. If you win, you will pass the third test. If you lose, you only need to receive 3 attacks from me and you will pass the test. However, the reward for passing the test will be reduced by half. I believe you won't be willing to lose to me. The black-robed man's eyes were as deep as an abyss. His expression was cold like a piece of ice that would never melt for 10,000 years. He could see through Ning Fan's character with just a single glance. Ning Fan could clearly feel that this black-robed man had already died countless years ago. What he left behind was just a remnant of his will. However, just this remnant of his will was already so powerful that Ning Fan found it hard to breathe. The black-robed man deliberately sealed his cultivation base to the early reckless devil realm, as if he wanted to fight Ning Fan at the same level as him. After all, even though Ning Fan had the second level of the golden body refining realm, he had yet to completely transform into the ancient devil realm. Thus, he could not be considered as the true reckless devil realm yet. The fact that the black-robed man was fighting Ning Fan with his early reckless devil realm cultivation base could be considered as him having a slight advantage over Ning Fan. Even so, the aura of this black-robed man at the early reckless devil realm was already stronger than Prince Lan Ling's second primordial spirit. Prince Lan Ling was a genius like Yin Tianjue. His second primordial spirit at the Void Inquiry stage could kill ordinary Void Pierce stage experts. The aura force of this black-robed man at the early reckless devil realm was already comparable to Prince Lan Ling's second primordial spirit. His innate potential was naturally far beyond Prince Lan Ling's. In the era that he was still alive, this person was definitely a monstrous genius who rarely had a match at the same level as him. Senior, may I ask who you are? I'm the 7th Immortal Emperor under Immortal Emperor Zido. Mo Zhong, what? Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong. Ning Fan's eyes flashed with astonishment. He used to be Zido's disciple in the illusory realm. He had heard Zido mention about his subordinates by chance. One of them was an immortal emperor named Mo Zhong. During Zido's era, he was an immortal king that commanded 1 billion immortal emperors, and Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong was ranked 7th among the 1 billion immortal emperors. Ning Fan could vaguely guess that the master of this devil conferral summit was probably Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong. His gaze became even more solemn. He didn't expect that he would fight against Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong, who was at the same level as him, in the 3rd stage of the demon sealing stage. Many geniuses boasted that they were invincible at the same level. However, this invincibility was just a general term and not true invincibility. They could only say that they were superior to most cultivators at the same level. However, Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong was absolutely invincible within the same realm. Outside of a few rare existences, no one could stand shoulder to shoulder with him. Ning Fan really wanted to know if he could defeat Mo Zhong, who was at the same realm as him. If you don't dare to accept my challenge, then receive 3 moves from me and I will consider it as you passing the test. Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong was still as cold as ever. Why wouldn't I dare? Ning Fan took a step forward. His aura force rose sharply above the sea of blood. He was not afraid at all. To be able to fight against an ancient great emperor at the same level as him was something that could only be discovered by luck. If you want to fight, I will fight. Chapter 481. Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong's appearance gradually became younger. In the end, he completely turned into a handsome young man with a cold face. He was born in the ancient immortal domain. Since he was young, his clan provided him with countless cultivation resources. He stepped onto the path of cultivation from the moment he was born. Even when he became a reckless devil realm cultivator, he still maintained his youthful appearance. Compared to Ning Fan, who was just a cultivator, Mo Zhong had obviously started cultivating earlier and his starting point was higher. His cold eyes suddenly shone with 2 rays of light that were as dazzling as the sun. An unusual sense of pressure shot out from his eyes. It was like sunlight shining on the mortal world and also like the Milky Way pouring down from the 9 heavens. When I was at the early reckless devil realm, the divine weapon I used was a 2-star divine weapon, the sad devil axe. Now that he was fighting against Ning Fan, it was impossible for immortal Emperor Mo Zhong to create a sad devil axe at the last moment. He bent his finger and the turbid sea of blood under his feet suddenly became crystal clear. Countless reflections could be seen in it. As he willed it, the reflections of the sea of blood gradually turned into an ink painting in his memory. It was a painting in the water. It depicted the scenery of the ancient immortal domain. There was a young man in black robes who was fighting against someone with an axe. Mo Zhong looked like he was trying to fish out the moon from a mirror. He reached into the water and fished out the shadow of the axe from the painting. With a flick of his finger, the illusory shadow of the axe gradually became real. Eventually, it turned into a 2-star divine axe made of black metal. It was the sad devil axe that Mo Zhong used when he was young. Turning illusion into reality. Ning Fan's eyes turned solemn. The technique that immortal Emperor Mo Zhong used to summon the sad devil axe was the turning illusion into reality technique that only true immortals could achieve. Being able to witness an ancient great emperor using this technique with his own eyes was definitely a rare experience. It would be greatly beneficial for him to comprehend the word truth in the future. It's starting. Mo Zhong reminded Ning Fan. He suddenly took a step forward and his body turned into countless traces of smoke that dissipated. What he used was obviously the void teleportation technique. When Mo Zhong was still at the early reckless devil realm, he already displayed an extremely high talent in teleportation techniques. His speed was comparable to a void pierce stage expert. Ning Fan's back was filled with warning signs. He tried his best to activate his demon and devil eyes, but he could only catch a trace of Mo Zhong's shadow. Without hesitation, he summoned the 8 black burning wings and flapped them, turning into a ray of black flames and disappeared on the spot. At the moment when he disappeared, an axe light chopped down from behind him, chopping the air. The power of the axe split hundreds of thousands of miles of the blood sea in half. Countless voids were shattered by this axe. The strength of the axe was enough to kill a void inquiry stage expert instantly. Even the primordial lightning armor might not necessarily be able to withstand the force of the axe. Not bad. Mo Zhong appeared with his axe in hand and praised indifferently. Ning Fan also appeared 10,000 zhang away from Mo Zhong. His back was already drenched with cold sweat. Mo Zhong's attack was just too fast. If Ning Fan's speed was just a little slower, he would have been severely injured by that axe strike. Ning Fan did not dare to be careless. He touched his glabella and the Separation Slayer sword turned into a ray of starlight. Seeing that Ning Fan also had a 2-star divine weapon, Mo Zhong nodded slightly and directly rushed towards Ning Fan. Sad Devil's first axe, power. As he raised the axe, essence chi gathered on the bones of his arm, and all the strength in his body poured into the sad demon axe, instantly exploding out. Originally, the strength of a single axe strike was already enough to kill a void inquiry stage expert in an instant. Now that he displayed the axe of strength, he used his essence chi to erupt his maximum strength in an instant. The strength of his axe strike was comparable to that of a 3rd level of the Golden Body Realm expert. Ning Fan activated his devil eyes and saw through all of Mo Zhong's essence chi flow. It was an exquisite method of using essence chi. By gathering all of the essence chi in the weapon, it could instantly change the lethality of the weapon. He also raised his Separation Slayer sword horizontally. All of his essence chi flowed out from his golden orifices and gathered in the bones of his arm. The Separation Slayer sword, which was originally light, became heavy and heavy at this moment. The sword went against the sad devil axe. Boom! When the sword and the axe collided, Mo Zhong took half a step back. He was slightly surprised. Naturally, he was surprised because Ning Fan's devil eyes were powerful enough to see through the flow of his essence chi and imitate his methods. Your devil eyes aren't bad. Mo Zhong said indifferently. Even though Mo Zhong had also learned a technique that was similar to the chi-stealing technique after becoming an immortal emperor, he definitely did not have this kind of technique when he was still a reckless devil. Ning Fan was shaken by the axe force and was forced to take tens of steps back. Many parts of his arm were fractured. The instantaneous explosive force of Mo Zhong's axe was too terrifying. Even though Ning Fan imitated Mo Zhong, he was still at a disadvantage. He naturally did not know that when Mo Zhong was still at the early reckless devil realm, he had already frightened countless void-pierced stage-old monsters with this axe. The battle intent in Ning Fan's heart grew stronger. His eyes did not show any fear at all. He pointed at the sky and 99 black stars appeared. Starlight enveloped his body and his broken bones were instantly healed. He flapped his fire wings and approached Mo Zhong again. Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong's expression changed slightly for the first time. He was not only moved by Ning Fan's black star technique but also his aura force. Ning Fan had obviously suffered a small loss, but he became braver and braver. He even dared to fight head-on with his strength. He was really bold. Strength. Ning Fan raised his Separation Slayer sword. It was as heavy as a mountain. This time, when he activated his essence chi, his control of strength was even more exquisite. His strength was also greater. Mo Zhong raised his axe to split the sky. His black hair danced wildly in the wind as he faced the Separation Slayer sword. Boom! It was another collision of sword and axe. Mo Zhong took a step back while Ning Fan took 20 steps back. Almost at the same time when he was pushed back, Ning Fan dashed towards him again and swung his sad devil axe. After being pushed back again and again, Ning Fan's control of strength became more and more exquisite. After the last collision, both he and Mo Zhong took 3 steps back. Their strength was actually on par with each other. It was already difficult for Mo Zhong to win against Ning Fan with his strength alone. Thus, he changed the flow of his essence chi and gathered it on his feet and one of his wrists. Second style of Sad Devil Axe. Speed. Chi. His speed suddenly increased. Before his afterimage disappeared, his axe had already reached the top of Ning Fan's skull. Even using the word lightning to describe this axe strike was a little slow. No void inquiry stage cultivator could clearly see the trajectory of this axe strike. Even if Ning Fan used his demon eye, devil eye and human eye, he could only capture a trace of the axe shadow. However, it was enough for Ning Fan to defend against it. Speed. With the control of strength that he had previously gained, Ning Fan became even more skilled in using his essence chi. The Separation Slayer sword was already light in the first place. After using his essence chi to increase its speed, the sword light of his sword became slightly faster than Mo Zhong's axe shadow. Before Mo Zhong's axe could hit his skull, Ning Fan had already pointed his sword at his dantian and slightly pierced through his robes. Before Mo Zhong's axe hit his skull, Ning Fan was already able to crush his primordial spirit. Your attack is really fast. Mo Zhong was slightly surprised. Even though it was common sense for an axe to be slower than a sword, he was still a little surprised that Ning Fan's attack was faster than his. His attack was forcefully stopped by Mo Zhong. He hurriedly retreated to avoid Ning Fan's sword light. He knew that he could not match Ning Fan's speed. The flow of his essence chi changed. This time, all of it was poured into the blade of the axe. Third style of Sad Devil Axe, Shadow. This time, Mo Zhong swung his axe across the sky. However, 48 million axe shadows appeared in the sky. Each of them was powerful enough to kill a gold core realm cultivator. The combined destructive power of 48 million axe shadows could instantly kill a void inquiry stage cultivator. Ning Fan's eyes turned cold. Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong's 3 axe strikes were not fancy at all. They were just the extreme use of strength, speed, and shadow which could be applied to any magic technique or devil martial arts. This was probably the realm where the Great Tao was the simplest. Ning Fan shook the sword light and a wave of solemn and murderous sword intent rose around him. Traces of sword shadows floated on the body of the Separation Slayer sword. It was the myriad sword style that Ning Fan had not used for a long time. Yun Tianjue could produce 100 million sword shadows with a casual swing of his sword. That might not be his limit. In the past, Ning Fan could only produce 10 million sword shadows even if he used all his strength. However, he had also defeated Elder Xian Yi with a single sword attack. Facing Imo Zhong's 48 million axe shadows, just 10 million sword shadows were far from enough. Ning Fan recalled every single vein of the myriad sword style. When he saw Immortal Emperor Imo Zhong swinging his axe shadows, those veins became extremely clear. The Tao of the sword was not divided into righteous and evil paths. Be it magic power or essence qi, those who could control a sword could use sword techniques. Ning Fan's understanding of the myriad sword style suddenly took a different path. It was a Tao of the sword that was completely different from Yun Tianjue's. He poured all of his magic power into the sword. 10 million sword shadows appeared on the Separation Slayer sword. When he channeled all of his essence qi into the sword, another 40 million sword shadows appeared on the Separation Slayer sword. In terms of essence qi cultivation alone, Ning Fan might not be comparable to Immortal Emperor Imo Zhong, the ancestor of the Devil Tao who founded the Devil Conferral Summit. However, Ning Fan cultivated both Fiend God and Fiend God. His yin and yang complemented each other. The destructive power of his sword gave birth to 50 million sword shadows, which was even stronger than Imo Zhong's axe shadows. Myriad sword style, shadow. Ning Fan thrust his sword at the sky. 50 million sword shadows clashed with 48 million axe shadows. In an instant, the outcome of the battle was already decided. All the axe shadows were shattered while Ning Fan still had 2 million sword shadows left. All of them slashed at Imo Zhong. 2 million sword shadows were certainly not enough to hurt Imo Zhong. However, it made his eyes turn solemn. The young Imo Zhong, who was proficient in 3 styles of axe techniques, also made 3 strikes at Ning Fan. The young Imo Zhong, who was proficient in 3 styles of axe techniques, also made 3 strikes at Ning Fan. His swift axe was directly weaker than Ning Fan's, but he did not show any signs of losing. However, his axe shadow was directly defeated by Ning Fan's myriad sword style. Even if it was just a small defeat, it also meant that the young Imo Zhong had suffered a loss in Ning Fan's hands. There were 1 billion worlds in the ancient immortal domain. In the world where Imo Zhong lived, he was an immortal emperor and the strongest expert. Among the immortal emperors of 1 billion worlds, he could still be ranked 7th. There were only a few people who could make him suffer a small loss. Those people were at least peak immortal emperors who were at the same level as him. Since Ning Fan was able to make Imo Zhong suffer a small loss, his innate potential had already surpassed countless ancient immortal emperors. You've won the battle of weapons. However, axe techniques aren't what I'm best at. Imo Zhong let go of the sad devil axe. The axe immediately turned into a flowing shadow and disappeared. It was originally an axe that was formed from a shadow. He raised his little finger and put it into his mouth. Imo Zhong bit off his little finger, but strangely, not a single drop of blood was left. In an instant, his little finger grew back. The flesh and blood of the broken little finger disappeared and turned into a finger bone. The finger bone shattered and turned into the shadows of countless soldiers. Ancient Devil Tao, turning broken bones into soldiers. Following Imo Zhong's command, the shattered finger bone turned into 6 million peak gold core realm devil shadow soldiers. In the past, Moksha's sovereign had also used the turning broken bones into soldiers. However, his technique was just an incomplete and lost ancient devil ability. How could it be as complete as Immortal Emperor Imo Zhong's ability? Summoning 6 million gold core realm devil shadows with a single finger. This kind of ability was unimaginable. Moreover, this turning broken bones into soldiers was only used by the young Imo Zhong. If it was Immortal Emperor Imo Zhong, he would probably be able to summon hundreds of millions of void fragmentation realm devil shadows to aid him in conquering the world. This is the real turning broken bones into soldiers. It's definitely not the incomplete technique that Moksha's sovereign used. Ning Fan activated his devil eye and tried his best to learn this ancient devil ability. As the founder of the Devil Conferral Summit, Mo Zhong's status was far above the 9 ancestors of the devil race. The ancient devil ability that he used was probably the purest and most complete secret technique in the world. Ning Fan also bit off his little finger and shouted. Ancient Devil Dao, turning broken bones into soldiers. His little finger healed on its own in an instant. As for the broken finger bone, it turned into 6 million gold core realm devil soldiers that emitted intense devil chi. With a single technique, he summoned 6 million gold core realm devil soldiers. With these 6 million devil soldiers, Ning Fan could flatten a high-grade cultivation country effortlessly. Kill. The devil soldiers summoned by both parties engaged in a fierce battle. Once they died, they would immediately turn into ashes and disappear. In the battle of 6 million devil soldiers, Ning Fan and Mo Zhong ended up in a draw. Mo Zhong had already used this technique countless times. Even though he was only using his early reckless devil realm cultivation base, his proficiency in this technique could not be concealed. As for Ning Fan, other than witnessing the incomplete technique of turning broken bones into soldiers from Moksha Sovereign and Bone Sovereign, this was only his 3rd time seeing this technique. Even so, Ning Fan and Mo Zhong ended up in a draw. If he continues to study this technique, the destructive power of his technique would certainly be much stronger than the young Mo Zhong. The young Mo Zhong was well aware that if he was born in the same era as Ning Fan would certainly become one of his strongest opponents on his path of Dao proving. Be it the sad devil 3 axes or the turning broken bones into soldiers, they were not his strongest abilities. The young Mo Zhong's eyes shone with dazzling golden light like the sun once again. His eyes were filled with monstrous battle intent. What's your name? Asking for Ning Fan's name was a form of respect. At this moment, he was going to use his full strength. Ning Fan. Ning Fan also kept his Separation Slayer sword. His eyes were filled with seriousness. Up until now, he had yet to gain the upper hand in any of his attacks except for the myriad sword style. Is this the strength of a young great emperor? You cultivate both divine and devil cultivation. You can use both magic power and essence chi at the same time. If I'm not mistaken, this should be the yin-yang devil veins that ancient chaos created. Being able to cultivate the yin-yang devil veins to such a level, your aptitude is quite extraordinary. However, you don't seem to have obtained the other inheritance of ancient chaos, which is invincible attack. It's a pity. I'm afraid it will be a little strenuous for you to fight me next. The young Mo Zhong's eyes suddenly shone with golden rays. The entire world turned dark, leaving only his eyes that shone brightly like the pure sun. The memories formed by the cold dew cannot withstand the light of dawn. The 9 rays of dawn in my eyes are the 9 Li clans. 9 Li clans incarnation technique. All of a sudden, the young Mo Zhong's physical body shattered and disappeared, turning into 9 rays of golden light that dispersed. The 9 rays of golden light turned into the shadows of 9 giant beasts. There were heavenly dragons, bone birds, tigers, leopards and giant pythons. All of them were of different species. The only similarity between them was that each of them had 9 heads. The bodies of each of them were radiating golden light that was as dazzling as the sun. Each of them had a cultivation base of the mid-reckless devil realm. Each of them was as strong as King Ying Long. Most importantly, this giant beast did not have a physical body. These are incarnations. 9 incarnations. Ning Fan's eyes were filled with surprise. The young Mo Zhong could actually divide his body into 9 and cultivate 9 great incarnations. Incarnation was a void fragmentation realm divine ability. However, the young Mo Zhong had already comprehended this technique before attaining the void fragmentation realm. It was truly extraordinary. Moreover, the young Mo Zhong's understanding of the incarnation technique had not only reached the level of incarnation self-recovery but also the higher level of incarnation transformation. The young Mo Zhong was proficient in a total of 81 incarnation transformations. The strength of the incarnations of the ferocious beasts was even higher than the cultivation base of the true body. Ning Fan activated his devil eye. Suddenly, he seemed to have understood something. Chapter 482. Ning Fan seemed to have comprehended something. The word incarnation actually contained the essence of many changes. Some old monsters who were proficient in incarnation techniques could use the transformation technique to turn into a fly or a plant to hide themselves. There were also some old monsters who could transform into ferocious beasts and obtain strength that far exceeded their original bodies. Incarnation was actually a technique to transform one's physical body. Ning Fan turning his physical body into nothingness was also a kind of transformation. However, if he only knew this kind of transformation, he would not be able to defeat the young Mo Zhong's incarnation. He took a light breath and took a step forward, turning into his black robes. His black hair grew longer and danced in the wind. On the left side of his face, a demonic mark appeared. His expression was cold and emotionless. His eyes flashed with a trace of sword light. He could not learn any of the 9 incarnations of the young Mo Zhong. However, Ning Fan had already comprehended something. His incarnation itself actually possessed a kind of transformation. Incarnation that combines spirit, sense and soul, Moreover, it has reached the level where incarnations can heal themselves. However, if I'm not proficient in transformation techniques, my abilities will be slightly inferior. Annihilation. The 9 giant beasts let out an indifferent voice at the same time. At the next moment, they launched their strongest attacks. They either spat out flames or stirred up hurricanes. Each of their abilities was comparable to the desperate attack of a void inquiry stage cultivator. Ning Fan did not dodge them. He just closed his eyes. He had forgotten everything in his mind, including the sound of the wind. It was as if he was no longer himself and had become a sword. Today, I've comprehended the transformation technique of incarnation. This will be the first transformation of my incarnation. Sword body. Just as the 9 attacks were about to hit the golden body, black mist swirled around Ning Fan's physical body and he turned into an ancient black sword that hung high in the sky. The ancient sword shattered once again, turning into 9 black swords that flew towards the 9 ferocious beasts. As Ning Fan's ancient devil cultivation base improved, his spirit sense also improved along with it. It was on the verge of breaking through to the void inquiry stage. Even though the destructive power of the 9 black swords was slightly weaker than the 9 ferocious beasts, their aura force was much stronger. Because he had completely turned his body into a sword, he had given up on defense and transformation. All that was left was the ultimate attack. The 9 swords carried an aura force that seemed to want to perish together with the enemy. Boom! As their attacks collided, the 9 beasts were pierced by the sword aura, leaving countless wounds on them. One of the beasts was even directly killed. As for the 9 black swords that Ning Fan had transformed into, none of them were broken. However, 3 of them were filled with cracks. It was hard to say who would win and who would lose in this clash. The 9 swords and 8 beasts clashed once more. The shockwaves from the collision shook the blood sea below and caused the waves to surge into the sky. The vicious beasts fell one after another, and the black swords shattered one after another. Of the 9 vicious beasts, only 1 giant python remained. Of the 9 black swords, only 1 remained intact. The giant python that Mo Zhong had transformed into coiled around the sword, spitting out balls of venom in an attempt to corrode the black sword. Black sword did not dodge or evade. He allowed the venom to corrode him and did not try to defend himself. All the essence chi gathered on the tip of the sword. With a sudden slash, the giant python was cut in half. Puff! Mo Zhong withdrew his clones. His 9 clones had all been destroyed, and he had suffered heavy injuries. Ning Fan only had the incarnation of a broken sword left. He also withdrew from the transformation due to exhaustion. His chi seemed rather weak. Logically speaking, Mo Zhong's clones should be stronger than Ning Fan's. However, the clone that Ning Fan had transformed into was a sword that only attacked and did not defend. Under his desperate struggle, he managed to suppress Mo Zhong's aura force and killed all 9 of Mo Zhong's clones. Mo Zhong's black eyes turned solemn. When he was at the early reckless devil realm, he certainly did not have such a powerful aura force like Ning Fan's. Before attaining the void fragmentation realm, his path had been smooth without many obstacles. He did not have many opportunities to kill people. Thus, his aura force was not as strong as Ning Fan's. Ning Fan had been through a sea of blood for a long time. He had the ruthlessness to risk his life. Transforming into a giant sword that only attacked and did not defend was also in line with his style. Especially at the last moment, he was willing to suffer severe injuries just to kill the giant python. If his sword light is a little slower, he would be completely dissolved by the venom. This young man's ruthlessness is incomparable to mine in the past. However, the outcome of this battle has yet to be decided. Mo Zhong took a deep breath and lifted his finger. Traces of golden devil flames coiled around his finger, making it look like a golden thumb ring. He pointed his finger at Ning Fan. That thumb ring shot out and turned into a massive ring of flames, making it look like a giant's ring of fire. Layers of fire rings surrounded Ning Fan in the center. There were a total of 108 layers of fire rings. Each layer of fire rings was powerful enough to incinerate a void glimpse stage cultivator. 10 layers of fire rings could kill a void inquiry stage cultivator. 100 layers of fire rings could kill a void pierce stage cultivator. Mo Zhong changed his hand seal and his essence chi flowed into the flames. The power of the golden flames increased tremendously and all the fire rings began to converge towards the center. Void technique, flame ring technique. Ning Fan took a deep breath. This flame ring technique was a high-grade mortal void devil martial technique. Moreover, it was already somewhat extraordinary among the other high-grade mortal void techniques. With this flame ring technique, Mo Zhong could kill ordinary void pierce stage cultivators. If it is any other cultivator at the second level of the golden body realm, they would certainly not be able to withstand 108 layers of flame rings. However, Ning Fan was different. A vortex of flames rose from his palm. A massive suction force spread out from the vortex. His right eye was crazily imitating Mo Zhong's devil martial technique. Standing in the middle of the layers of golden flame rings, Ning Fan remained unscathed. As for the golden flames, they immediately began to tremble when Ning Fan glanced at them. The flames were trembling because in the eyes of the flames, the current Ning Fan was the Emperor of Flames. Ning Fan took a step forward and the layers of sea of flames suddenly split into two from the middle. The flame ring technique was broken on its own. Ning Fan activated the fire plucking technique to its limit and absorbed all of Mo Zhong's golden flames into the yin-yang locket with the power of the steel of sun and moon. This is the ancient chaos fire plucking technique. I didn't expect you to have the yin-yang locket. Mo Zhong recognized this technique and frowned deeply. At the next moment, Ning Fan activated the black devil flames. The 9 black dragons merged with the golden flames and he pointed a finger at Mo Zhong. His action was exactly the same as Mo Zhong's. Void technique, flame ring technique. Ning Fan returned the 108 layers of sea of flames to Mo Zhong. As for the other 108 layers of black flame rings, Ning Fan cast them on himself. Being surrounded by 216 layers of flame rings, Mo Zhong's eyes flashed with surprise. He bit the tip of his tongue hard and waved his palm to disperse several layers of the sea of flames. Then, he displayed some kind of defensive secret technique in an attempt to forcefully escape from the sea of flames. Ning Fan had already expected that Mo Zhong would not face the flame ring technique head-on. Instead, he would choose to retreat. He turned his palm and the layers of sea of flames suddenly turned into a gigantic flaming palm, slamming on Mo Zhong's back. Void technique, 3 flaming palms. The flaming palm came too suddenly and greatly exceeded Mo Zhong's expectation. As he was caught off guard, the flaming palm landed on his back, causing his injuries to worsen. He finally managed to escape from the sea of flames. Looking at Ning Fan who was standing on top of the sea of flames, he felt a lingering fear. Even though he could tell that Ning Fan cultivated the yin-yang transformation, he did not expect that Ning Fan possessed the yin-yang locket. The yin-yang locket of ancient chaos was a rare emperor-grade treasure. The steel of sun and moon was sealed within it, and it could even restrain the scorching yang items in the world. In the past, ancient chaos had killed countless immortal emperors and experts with the steel of sun and moon. If Mo Zhong knew about the existence of the yin-yang locket, he certainly would not display the flame ring technique. However, he could not deny that even without the yin-yang locket, Ning Fan could still easily block his attack with the flame ring technique that he had secretly learned. Ning Fan's fire control technique was extremely exquisite. It was tempered through countless times of pill refinement. Thus, it was far beyond the young Mo Zhong's. Playing with fire with Ning Fan was an action that was asking for trouble. The young Mo Zhong circulated his essence qi to suppress his injuries. His body gradually emitted a trace of sovereign qi aura. A trace of sovereign qi began to appear on his fist. Each of his punches could shatter mountains and rivers. He took a step forward and drew out the invincible sovereign qi in his fist, displaying the execution devil palm. Ning Fan had already learned this palm technique in the second stage. However, he did not know that this technique could also be infused with sovereign qi. He also drew out a trace of sovereign qi from his body and displayed the execution devil palm. The two of them continuously displayed 108 layers of sovereign qi palm imprints and clashed against each other. The young Mo Zhong's physical body was not any weaker than Ning Fan's. However, after exchanging hundreds of blows, he still could not gain the upper hand. The young Mo Zhong casually released traces of essence qi, which turned into devil mountains and pressed down on Ning Fan's head. Ning Fan's attacks were bold and unrestrained. He casually shattered countless devil mountains. As he took a step forward, two golden shadows of himself appeared behind his back and attacked Mo Zhong's back. The two golden shadows were just at the first level of the golden body realm. Thus, they could not attract Mo Zhong's attention. Thus, they were killed by Mo Zhong using his techniques. However, they successfully distracted Mo Zhong. At the same time, Ning Fan released his killing qi and devil might, which distracted Mo Zhong for a moment. Taking advantage of this moment, Ning Fan suddenly grabbed Mo Zhong's wrist. He released his essence qi and forcefully shattered Mo Zhong's wrist and arm bones, crippling one of his arms first. Without giving Mo Zhong any chance to heal his injuries, Ning Fan stretched out his 5 fingers and displayed the moon-tearing dragon technique. He tore down 5 rays of moonlight that were as heavy as Mount Tai from the sky and left 5 deep bloody wounds on Mo Zhong's chest. Puff, the young Mo Zhong lost an arm and his chest and abdomen were struck. His injuries were severe and his essence qi was scattered. He stared at Ning Fan in shock. Seeing that Ning Fan did not give him any chance to catch his breath and directly dashed towards him, Mo Zhong gritted his teeth. The power of his intent realm spread out like waves. Seal of Dawn Light. It was a golden intent realm. It was as dazzling as the sun. Rays of light were spread out by Mo Zhong like waves, forming an ocean of light that engulfed Ning Fan within. Intent realm technique, huh? Ning Fan was slightly surprised, but he was not surprised. It was a wise move for Mo Zhong to display an intent realm technique to slow Ning Fan down and recover his essence qi when his essence qi was scattered. If Ning Fan was not mistaken, Mo Zhong's intent realm should be the Dawn Light intent realm, which was the ray of light at dawn. Immersed in the ocean of light, Ning Fan felt that he could not mobilize any of his magic power and essence qi at all. They were slowly being sealed by the ocean of light. The only thing he could mobilize was the power of his memory intent realm. Mo Zhong's Dawn Light intent realm was quite powerful. It was at least a first-grade devil intent. However, Ning Fan's intent realm was even more powerful. It was a second-step intent realm. Light could turn into darkness, but memories could never be erased. A trace of black cold qi flashed across Ning Fan's eyes. Black snowflakes suddenly fell from the ocean of light in all directions. A trace of samsara power flashed across his eyes. A trace of memory and persistence flashed across his mind. It was the determination to freeze everything in ice. If samsara takes away Ning Fan's last trace of warmth, then why would Ning Fan hesitate to freeze samsara? Wind Snow Finger, frozen samsara. ZZZ pieces of the golden ocean of light were frozen one after another. All of a sudden, the entire ocean was frozen into a gigantic piece of black ice. As Ning Fan pointed his finger at the ocean of light that was frozen into ice, it suddenly shattered into countless pieces. When his intent realm technique was broken, Mo Zhong felt a sharp pain in his sea of consciousness. He took a few steps back and coughed out blood incessantly. He half knelt on the ground and looked at Ning Fan with a defeated expression. Lost, Junior, you've passed the third test. Chapter 483. The young Mo Zhong was defeated by Ning Fan. Ning Fan defeated a young great emperor and passed the third stage of the devil conferral test with such a shocking result. If Ning Fan defeated the young Mo Zhong in ancient times, his name would certainly spread across the ancient immortal domain and he would become an existence respected by countless geniuses. Since ancient times, there were only a few who could defeat the young Mo Zhong at the same cultivation level. Ning Fan had done something that countless immortal emperors could not. The young Mo Zhong's body suddenly turned into a black carp and jumped back into the blood sea. Ning Fan really wanted to know what kind of reward he would get after passing the third stage. The sky above the blood sea was torn into two. From the crack in the sky, endless devil chi poured down and condensed into 3 black blood suns. Each of the black blood suns contained a strong devil blood chi. Devil chants from the devil scripture resounded in the void space. The 3 blood suns slowly turned into 3 drops of ancestral blood and fell from the sky like meteors, entering Ning Fan's body. Ning Fan's eyes widened. He did not expect that the reward for passing the third stage would be 3 drops of ancestral blood. Each drop of ancestral blood could improve the grade of his devil blood. Besides, each drop of ancestral blood contained 1 million units of essence chi. At the moment the ancestral blood entered his body, the essence chi in his body became restless. If he completely refines these 3 drops of ancestral blood, his essence chi would reach 8 million units. At this moment, the grade of his devil blood was advancing towards the ancestral grade. Since you won the battle against me, I will grant you a drop of ancestral blood. Since you are the descendant of ancient chaos, I will grant you another drop of ancestral blood. If I'm not wrong, the samsara power in your last move should be imparted to you by the immortal sovereign. Since you have gained the favor of the immortal sovereign, I will grant you the 3rd drop of ancestral blood. There will be a total of 3 drops. If you refine these ancestral blood, your devil blood will be ranked first in the ancient devil abyss except for the 9 great devil ancestors. Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong's voice came from the blood sea. At the next moment, 10 rays of light shot out from the blood sea again. Each of them was a devil pill with surging devil chi. Ning Fan took the devil pills and looked at them carefully. Each of them was actually a low-grade 7th revolution pill. These 10 revered devil pills are pills for revered devils to stabilize their cultivation level. After you consume them, it will be more than enough to stabilize your reckless devil realm for a short period of time. Chi. Just as Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong finished speaking, another black radiance shot out from the blood sea. According to the immortal law of the Zi-Do celestial domain, you can only be conferred the title of inferior grade strongman after breaking through to the reckless devil realm. You'll be ranked 9th among the 9 grades of immortal positions, and you'll enjoy the 9th grade of inferior grade immortal rewards. However, your results in the 3 stages of the devil conferral test are outstanding. You can make an exception and be conferred the title of a low-grade celestial guard. You'll be ranked 8th among the 9 grades of celestial positions and enjoy the incense offerings of an 8th grade celestial guard. I'll bestow upon you 3 protective talismans, 10,000 Tao crystals, 3 immortal void treasures, and a bottle of peak 6th revolution pills. The reward of 3 drops of ancestral blood was personal. The reward bestowed by the devil sealer was male. Rays of light shot out from the sea of blood one after another and were kept into his storage pouch. He didn't know the significance of being conferred the title of lower grade 8th rank Immortal Guardian, but he could guess that whether it was a 9th grade Strongman or an 8th grade Immortal Guardian, it was the same as the old Devil's Deacon of the Four Seas, an official position of an immortal. Ning Fan stroked the token of an 8th rank Immortal Guard and kept it into his storage pouch. He did not pay too much attention to it. As for the other rewards, he paid more attention to them. Dao crystals were the currency of the four heavens. A Dao crystal was equivalent to 5 million immortal jade. 10,000 Dao crystals were equivalent to 50 billion immortal jade. It was a huge fortune. The 3 immortal void treasures were all magic treasures that were hard to come by. However, Ning Fan had never paid much attention to magic treasures. Besides, the 3 magic treasures were all at the immortal void grade. Only void fragmentation realm experts could use them. Thus, he could not use them for the time being. Each of the 3 protective talismans contained a void fragmentation realm attack. If he obtains the title of a 9th grade strongman, he would at most be rewarded with 3 void refinement realm attacks. However, Ning Fan was conferred the title of an 8th grade immortal guardian and was bestowed with 3 void fragmentation realm attacks. They were extremely useful items. With the attack of the Steel of Sun and Moon and the 3 protective talismans, Ning Fan could deliver 4 void fragmentation realm attacks in one go. Even if he faces 4 void pierce stage experts at the same time, he would not be afraid. He was quite satisfied with this series of rewards. Go. Refine the ancestral blood and break through to the reckless devil realm in one go. Immortal Emperor Mo Zhong's voice gradually faded. Ning Fan felt the world spinning. The scenery in front of him changed and his consciousness returned to his body. As for the rewards he obtained from the Devil Conferral Summit, all of them had appeared in his storage pouch. Including the test he obtained from the Devil Conferral Summit, Ning Fan had been in seclusion on the 7th floor of the Dark Golden Pagoda for 20 years. It was equivalent to 2 months in the outside world. The 3 additional drops of ancestral blood and the drop of Mo Luo's blood were being refined into his body bit by bit as the ancestral talismans activated on their own. Ning Fan did not say much. He continued to sit cross-legged with his eyes closed, refining the 4 drops of ancestral blood which was equivalent to 4 million units of essence chi. The royal grade bloodline of the King Devil realm was slowly approaching the level of ancestral blood. His 5 million units of essence chi was slowly increasing towards 9 million units. After completing the Devil Conferral test, his ancient Devil Cultivation realm which was originally stuck at the peak Jade Blood realm broke through to the early Reckless Devil realm in one go and advanced towards the mid-Reckless Devil realm. Ning Fan consumed 10 revered devil pills. As the medicinal power spread throughout his body, his cultivation realm began to improve and stabilize. 1 day passed, 2 days passed. Another 10 long years passed in the Dark Golden Pagoda. 3 months had passed in the outside world. The 4 drops of ancestral blood had been completely refined by the ancestral talismans. 9 million units of essence chi had accumulated in the 300 golden orifices in Ning Fan's body. At this moment, Ning Fan suddenly rose to his feet. His essence chi shook heaven and earth, emitting a vast aura force which was much stronger than ordinary mid-void refinement realm experts. The mid-reckless devil realm was comparable to a void inquiry stage expert. A mid-reckless devil realm expert was comparable to a void inquiry stage expert. In fact, it was much stronger than an ordinary void inquiry stage expert. With his mid-reckless devil realm cultivation realm, Ning Fan could go anywhere below the void fragmentation realm in the rain world. With 9 million units of essence chi in his body, Ning Fan was already at the mid-reckless devil realm. Moreover, he was only 1 million units away from the late reckless devil realm. Essence chi and magic power were fundamentally different. However, outsiders would not be able to tell the difference just by looking at their chi. Unless it was an ancient devil who also cultivated essence chi, no one would know that Ning Fan was at the mid-reckless devil realm. They would only think that he was at the mid-void refinement realm. As for his devil bloodline, it had also broken through to the ancestral grade. With 4 drops of ancestral blood in his body, no one below the 9 great devil ancestors had a better innate talent in devil cultivation than him. It's time to settle the score with those devil spirits. Ning Fan's eyes flashed with indifference. The 14 void refinement realm devil spirits in the Misthorn broken world were no longer worthy of his attention. He could kill 7 void glimpse stage devil spirits instantly. It would not take him too much effort to kill 7 void inquiry stage devil spirits. He flew down the 7th floor of the pagoda and arrived at the 4th floor. On the 4th floor, Su Yan had already healed all of her injuries. 3 months in the outside world was equivalent to 4 years in the 4th floor. During these 4 years, Su Yan had always been worried about Ning Fan. On that day, Ning Fan's devil blood acted up and his strength was greatly reduced. His appearance was too frightening. Su Yan was very worried that he would die in the pagoda just like that. When her clansmen betrayed her, Ning Fan saved her. That kind of feeling was indescribable. Su Yan only knew that she did not want to see Ning Fan die. When Ning Fan appeared on the 4th floor unscathed, Su Yan's heart was filled with joy. She quietly heaved a sigh of relief, but her expression was still indifferent. "Are your injuries healed?" How can your chi be so strong?" "This is the void inquiry stage. You have broken through to the void inquiry stage." "How is this possible?" Su Yan wore a shocked expression. She had never been so shocked in her entire life. She would not be mistaken. Ning Fan's chi was definitely at the void inquiry stage. When she heard that Mo had broken through to the void inquiry stage, she was also surprised, but she was not as shocked as she was now. It was because Mo was a peak void glimpse stage cultivator who could break through to the void inquiry stage at any time. Ning Fan, on the other hand, was different. His strength was indeed very strong and he was infamous. However, all the cultivators in the internal sea knew that he was just a half-step void refinement realm cultivator. It was Su Yan's first time encountering a half-step void refinement realm cultivator who broke through to the void inquiry stage in a single step. "Devil concubine Su, how about I bring you away?" Ning Fan did not explain. The matter regarding Reckless Devil was too important. It was not a wise move to tell Su Yan about it. "All right." Su Yan nodded her head and did not reject Ning Fan's offer. She knew many of Ning Fan's secrets. Perhaps only by following him and becoming his devil concubine could she make him feel at ease. "From today onwards, I am yours. The Misthorn clan has nothing to do with me anymore." Su Yan's tone was resolute. Ning Fan gave Su Yan a deep look. Before he came to the Misthorn clan, he had never thought that he would be able to abduct the leader of the clan. Today, the Misthorn clan destroyed their own city wall and plotted to kill Su Yan. Ning Fan had gotten a devil concubine for free. "Let's go. Just 14 void refinement realm devil spirits. How dare they chase after me? It's time to teach them a bloody lesson." Ning Fan hugged Su Yan and activated his Yuanyao Jade. The two of them instantly left the Yuanyao world and returned to the Misthorn broken world. In the broken world, a group of foolish devil spirits were guarding the devil mist pond. They had been guarding the pond for 3 months. 3 months had passed, but Ning Fan and Su Yan still had not left the Yuanyao world. The leader of the 14 void refinement realm devil spirits, Qian Gui, showed an extremely impatient expression. If it wasn't because he wanted to kill Su Yan, he would not have the patience to wait for them at the devil mist pond. "Lord Qian Gui, if that brat and Su Yan don't come out for the rest of their lives, are we going to wait here forever?" One of the devil spirit's subordinates asked. "Wait. Let's continue waiting." Qian Gui gritted his teeth and raised his head inadvertently. His eyes were filled with fear as he looked at the layers of tribulation clouds in the sky. After Ning Fan entered the Yuanyao world, the strange phenomenon of the blue sky being dyed with devil blood gradually turned into the tribulation clouds of the heavenly tribulation. Qian Gui could guess that Ning Fan must have broken through to a certain cultivation level while cultivating in the Yuanyao world. That was why he triggered the heavenly tribulation. That brat is already at the half-step void refinement realm. Could he have broken through to the void refinement realm in the small kiliacosm? However, so what if he has broken through to the void refinement realm? He has just broken through to the void refinement realm. He is just a void glimpse stage cultivator with an unstable cultivation base. There's nothing to be afraid of at all. As long as he dares to come out, he will certainly die. Qian Gui muttered to himself. He wished that he could immediately tear Ning Fan into pieces. He did not want to continue waiting day and night like this. Just as his voice fell, the layers of tribulation clouds suddenly shattered. Then, an earth-shattering devil might spread out from the depths of the devil mist pond. What happened? Why would such a powerful devil might appear in the devil mist pond? Qian Gui's eyes widened in shock. This devil might was too terrifying. Even a void inquiry stage devil spirit like him felt a little suffocated under this devil might. His devil blood almost went out of control. He could not imagine why such a terrifying devil might would appear in the Misthorn broken world. Even with his void inquiry stage cultivation base, he was still unable to withstand this devil might. The other void glimpse stage devil spirits' faces turned red under the devil might and their chi became chaotic. As for some divine transformation realm devil spirits, they directly prostrated themselves on the ground under the pressure of the devil might. They did not even have the right to stand up. As for those gold core realm and nascent soul realm devil spirits, they were directly knocked unconscious by the devil might. Many of them even bled from their 7 apertures and died. What kind of ferocious devil might was this? A trace of devil might could knock out tens of millions of gold core realm devil spirits. Qian Gui and the other 13 void refinement realm devil spirits stared at the devil mist pond in disbelief. The pond that occupied an area of 10,000 hectares automatically parted, revealing a gap. A white-robed young man flew out of the devil mist pond while holding a devil-horned beautiful woman in his arms. The young man walked in the sky. Every step he took in the hollow space could shatter the hollow space again and again. That hair-raising devilish pressure was precisely emitted by the young man. As soon as Qian Gui and the other 13 void refinement realm experts saw the young man's appearance, they became even more incredulous. That young man with terrifying devil might was none other than Ning Fan. He has broken through to the void inquiry stage. Impossible. This is impossible. Countless devil spirits let out exclamations of disbelief. There were even 3 void glimpse stage devil spirits who dashed towards Ning Fan directly and launched a sure-kill attack to test his strength. Don't be rash. Qian Gui shouted to stop him. However, it was already too late. The 3 void glimpse stage experts had already rushed to Ning Fan's side. Ning Fan indifferently glanced at the 3 void refinement realm experts. His eyes flashed with cold light. I'm here. You can all die now. Boom. With just a palm strike, the 108 layers of palm imprints of the execution devil palm covered the entire sky. The palm imprints landed on the bodies of the 3 void glimpse stage experts. Before the 3 of them could react, their devil armors were already shattered and their physical bodies were directly destroyed. Under that palm imprint, the 3 void glimpse stage experts died without being able to resist at all. That palm strike could instantly kill any devil spirits in this place, including void inquiry stage experts. Hiss. When the smoke and dust dispersed, Ning Fan caught the primordial spirits of the 3 void glimpse stage experts in his hand and swallowed them into his stomach. Then, he chewed and refined them one by one. All the devil spirits were horrified. Sounds of inhaling could be heard everywhere. Those were 3 void refinement realm old monsters. Ning Fan had actually killed 3 of them with a single palm strike of that level. Everyone realized that waiting outside the devil mist pond to kill Ning Fan was the worst decision they had ever made in their entire lives. What they had waited for was not a lamb waiting to be slaughtered but a fiendish devil lord. Qian Gui's heart was beating uncontrollably. His eyes that were looking at Ning Fan were filled with fear. Why? Why can a mere Su Yen hire such a powerful helper? I don't believe it. This isn't real. At the same time, the strange phenomenon of the devil world's devil blood dyeing the blue sky gradually faded away. The strange phenomenon that lasted for 3 months had shocked countless devils. A king devil with royal bloodline was born. All the devil sovereigns of the devil world wanted to find this person and recruit him even if they had to use all their strength. No one knew that Ning Fan had not only broken through to the royal bloodline but also attained the ancestral devil grade bloodline. They were destined not to know because the ancestral devil grade bloodline was so powerful that it was immeasurable. Even the statues of the 9 great devil ancestors could not measure it. If they knew that Ning Fan's devil blood was not the royal bloodline but the ancestral bloodline, they would certainly go crazy. The 8 sovereigns of the devil world began to sweep across the entire devil world in search of the person who had attained the royal bloodline. Of course, it was impossible for them to find him. Ning Fan broke through his bloodline in the rain world while they were searching for him in the devil world. It would be strange if they could find him. Only Moksha Sovereign did not go looking for Ning Fan. In his heart, he still could not get rid of the white-robed young man's back. He was familiar. He was too familiar. He was just like that stubborn young man in 7 Apricot City, however, it was absolutely impossible. The young man back then was just at the harmonious spirit realm. Only a few decades had passed. Even if the young man received enlightenment from Old Devil, it was impossible for him to attain the royal bloodline in just a few decades. Your Majesty, are you looking for me? In the Nirvana Palace of the Devil World, Moksha Sovereign sat on his throne. Unknowingly, a muscular man who was as skinny as a zombie had walked into his throne. The muscular man's bone age was less than 3,700 years old, but his cultivation base was already at the void inquiry stage. He was one of the 10 great devil generals under Moksha Sovereign. I asked you to come here because I want you to kill someone in the rain world. Kill someone in the rain world? The muscular man asked in surprise. You don't want to go? Moksha Sovereign frowned in displeasure. The muscular man immediately knelt on the ground and explained with fear and trepidation. Your Majesty, I will not dare to disobey your orders. However, if I want to enter the rain world, I must get the permission of the Rain Palace. Even if the Rain Palace agrees to let me enter the rain world, they won't allow me to kill anyone in the rain world. Once I kill anyone in the rain world, the Rain Palace will certainly hold your Majesty responsible according to the agreement of the 9 worlds. Don't worry. I will give you a sovereign execution token. With this token, you can kill anyone in the rain world. As long as you don't kill a second person and it doesn't violate the agreement, the Rain Palace won't blame you. Sovereign execution token. The muscular man's eyes widened. The sovereign execution token was a precious item. With this token, one could kill anyone in the lower worlds without any crime. Normally, the sovereign execution token was used to kill the traitors of the world. If anyone of the devil world escapes to the rain world or the other worlds, the devil sovereign of the devil world would send someone with the token to kill the traitor. The number of this token was limited. Normally, it would only be used to kill great traitors who were at the void refinement realm and above. Since Moksha Sovereign used the sovereign execution token, the muscular man could guess that the person Moksha Sovereign wanted to kill was at least a void refinement realm old monster. Moreover, Moksha Sovereign attached great importance to this matter and personally asked about it. The person he wanted to kill would definitely not be simple. May I know who your Majesty wants me to kill? Kill him. There is a trace of his chi here. It was left behind by him when he injured me in the past. When you enter the rain world, directly seal this chi into the sovereign execution token. The person that the sovereign execution token wants to kill can be found even if he goes to the ends of the earth. When you find this person, kill him. Moksha Sovereign casually flicked a black token to the muscular man and a trace of harmonious spirit chi. When the muscular man saw that the chi of the person he wanted to kill was only at the harmonious spirit realm, he was immediately puzzled. Your Majesty, the person you want me to kill is a harmonious spirit realm cultivator. He couldn't imagine that a harmonious spirit realm cultivator could injure Moksha Sovereign. A harmonious spirit realm cultivator could make Moksha's sovereign worry so much that he, one of the 10 great devil generals, would personally go and kill him? Do you have any questions? Moksha's sovereign frowned. How would I dare? Your Majesty, rest assured. He's just a harmonious spirit realm cultivator. There won't be any mistakes if I kill him. You're dismissed. Moksha's sovereign dismissed the muscular man and closed his eyes as if he was sleeping. In the main hall, he was the only one left. After a long time, he muttered to himself. That King Devil sovereign definitely isn't him. He is just an ant. He is the same as Han Yuanji. Both of them are trash and not worth mentioning. However, why do I feel so uneasy? You're tuning in to the Blissful Bookshelf YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.